Far amongst the mists of mountains, in the depths of the verdant continent of Pytoon, lies a growing civilization. While centuries have passed with the feet of many treading the continent, the world is not without its indigenous magic. Most people have dismissed the tales of great gods and beasts that shaped the lands, though a hidden few still pray to great gods for their blessings. On this small continent lies two great nations, Pariah to the north, with its trade in silks and spices, as well as access to the sea, and Guidenald to the south, surrounded by mountains and forests. With Guidenald residing between the Great Mountain Range and lush, undying thicket, the land has provided a growing industry to them in ore and minerals, as well as nutrient-rich valleys for farming. Having feuded for years, the two nations have finally come to a peace, citing a need for trade between the two to survive and grow. This peace has resulted in a now united country, sharing in wealth, but also in its curses.
Oh, we're
You might be
muted.
muted.
I'm muted? No. Oh, I am. I am muted. You guys, not muted. So this is good. Hi, welcome to DieFall, the Studio Live episode 4. We're just gonna cut that in post. Don't even worry about it. It doesn't exist anymore. I was gonna say, I'm gonna start with Leslie this week, which is something I don't ever do. Because I want Leslie to talk about the incredible charity effort that's been going on for the last week now. And you know way more about it than I do, so please do it. And they hit huge milestones today, so super exciting.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't aware, there's a research hospital and facility named St. Jude in Memphis that's working to cure diseases in kids, where like up to 87% of every donation goes directly to helping those kids, including stuff like easing their families' travel to be with their family, providing locations for family to stay to be with their family, and just easing all general pain and stuff with the kids. And so we have been doing I've been a part of a lesser part of a greater being that is Metal Meltdown, which is my boyfriend Goober's 515's community. They do a week-long fundraiser from Saturday to Saturday, where it's a 24/7 loop of people cooking for 4 hours and raising money for St. Jude. And this year, I think if somebody, I'm sure PS Switch or somebody in the chat who's like a part of that will update me on the numbers, but I think we're at like 46,000 plus right now just for this week, and there's still like 3 days left. They beat last year's overall amount, and I think we're over 120,000 for overall amount complete for the 4 or 5 years they've been doing it, which is insane. And it's a really fun thing. People dress up. I dressed up as like Y'shtola from Final Fantasy 14 and like ate some
cute.
spicy beans and goofed off and just did it for the kids. So I think it's really important. So that's what we did.
Cool.
This is very cool, and it is still going on.
Yeah.
So you guys should go find that and, you know, give what you can. And it's really fun and cool and awesome. And simply, your stream was very entertaining. The Y'shtola cosplay. You were like, this is very simple. I was like, yeah, but it looks awesome. So you did really good.
It was a wig and
fantastic.
I don't know.
It worked. And then you got your stick. The stick was
I had the
the
stick.
best part
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
I had
and
my
then
branch.
It's good. It's very, very
I
good.
will say, if anybody is interested in checking out that after or later, just find Goober's 515's channel. He'll be hosting whoever is currently live, and you can see that there. So, thanks.
Good dudes, good things happening there. So thank you very much, Leslie. And I appreciate that. We talked a little bit amongst ourselves about Blurred's child and how he's been enjoying the digital one, not the real one. Just to clarify. So how is the Miles Morales game? You said you were crying, big manly tears.
But does that mean it is a good game?
Yes. It is really fun. It's it's more Spider-Man PS4 if you
which was a good game. So
very good game. But like Miles is like just different enough. Like his personality, the way he talks, his confidence in himself, or in some cases his lack thereof. Everything he does just feels different. Like even the way he swings around recklessly, and I love it.
Really?
Like he just throws himself head first off of ledges. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Nice.
It's awesome. It's great, and it loads ridiculously fast.
Nice. Solid state drives are the jam, man. Love that.
I love it. I finally have the power in a box. What's in my computer?
Yeah, exactly. What's been in my computer for the last 7 years? It's fine. We're there. We're there. It's fine.
But everything loads fast. Everything's beautiful. It's really crazy how I actually went back and been playing like some of my PS4 games on it, and it scares me how fast Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game that already loaded ridiculously fast anyway and had like ridiculously fast load times, how much faster that game is. Demon Souls, like they actually got rid of the loading screens for Demon Souls because there's no point, you wouldn't see them.
Nice.
Really? Wow.
It's just awesome. Like the level of granted, it's not like graphical leaps I think are kind of a thing we're not gonna see for a while.
Sure.
Like on a console, but definitely like fidelity, like fidelity and stability are like just ridiculously off the charts. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I love it. I've had it all. I've had my PlayStation on more often than not, and it's also really crazy to be able to install things from my phone.
What?
Wait,
I love it.
What are
how
you
does
talking
that
about?
work?
That is
So,
cool.
like, I have like the PlayStation, the PS5 app. If you have it on your phone, you have your PlayStation connected. I can literally have my PlayStation, even if it's like in sleep mode. I can go through and be like, yeah, download that, and it'll install it while it's asleep.
Oh man, now I want one.
Like it'll even give you a notification. It'll be like, hey, it's installed,
Wow.
and I'm like, oh.
Does it
No, I
still
want one.
take 16 years to actually download something onto it?
No, actually,
Even when you're hardwired? Because I remember that being a thing.
Yeah,
I'd have to leave it all day.
Not. I've actually, in standby mode, I don't think it's taken me more than like maybe 15-20 minutes to download something, if that, depending on what it is.
Wow.
Like if it's like some of the PS4 games are like ridiculously big games. They take a little longer, but yeah, most everything else is just like, no, okay, we're done. Like I installed a game while I was playing a game, and it took no time, hardly.
Jeez, that's cool.
So yeah, it's
awesome.
great. It's like I said, it's all about stability and making sure you don't spend time staring at loading screens and download screens that you don't have to.
That is nice.
And that's
good.
That's the real beauty.
Sick.
Nice. That's the real beauty. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And yeah, like Beth, like you said, it's like FOMO, dude. I just all I want to do is play Demon Souls. I've never played it, and looking at the remake, I'm like, I'd love this. This would be great. I mean, I'd hate it because I'm a salty
Demon Souls.
little salmon, but also I'd love it because it just like it ticks all of those really nice boxes. It's just
That dark horror fantasy.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
One
Just
day.
with like the dragon comes swooping down on you when you're walking across like the battlements of like
Stop.
the first castle. It's terrifying. It's
It's
terrifying.
gonna cost him a lot of money there.
I was
Blue.
gonna say, it's like, I don't have money for this right now, so this is entirely outside of anything.
Just
okay.
in the middle
It's
of
fine.
a conversation. Stop.
Stop,
Don't talk anymore.
please.
Handle it.
It's fine. I'm distracted. Someone take me away from this. You know who's great for the Alias. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, you probably
How
went to the
have you
worst
been?
person because I don't
No.
have much news. I'm afraid.
You don't. No. You don't need
Slippers.
news.
What's up?
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
show
I
off
do
the
have
slippers
slippers.
again.
Sure.
Do that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
So I asked my human for some slippers. So I got myself a pair. Then he got himself a pair.
Yes.
Cute.
Very good. For audio
Which don't
only
fit him.
listeners, they are rainbow unicorn slippers and they seem to be sleeping.
Yes,
they're
and they
rather
have
cute.
glittery horns, and
Glittery
they don't
horns.
fit him. So now I have inhabited or adopted some slippers, and they're actually pretty comfy. So I'll take them.
Nice.
They are quite lovely.
Yes, they are quite lovely. Yeah. Otherwise,
You've been on the
I don't-
Destiny 2 you've been on the
I
Destiny
have
train.
been, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
how's the
rocking that
grind?
some.
Are you ready for the
It's-
raid?
it's
Doesn't that release next
fine.
week or something?
No, the raid is on Saturday actually.
Oh,
but
this week.
I'm in a 2-day workshop starting tomorrow, so I won't get to partake in that. So I didn't really bother getting up to the level that you need to be in to get into the raid.
Ah.
So I'll just watch people fight over it and stress and swear and lose their friends.
Mhm.
That's
And then once it's
that's
figured
fine.
out, you and a group of friends can go do it later, and it's totally
Precisely.
yeah. And you don't have to do
Precisely.
all of that.
Hmm.
Well, there you go.
So, for me, people always moan because there's nothing to do in the game. But it's like, well, you've spent 400 hours since the thing launched playing it. Meanwhile, it's only been 2 days. How did you do that? I don't know. But, they just like, they're in there the whole time. It's like, spread it out a little bit. Enjoy it. Savor it. And then don't bitch and moan when you don't actually have anything to do anymore because you've done it all.
I ate all my pie. Why isn't there more
Yes.
pie?
Where's my pie? Yeah,
And why isn't
exactly.
it different pie? I need different pie.
Yeah, what is this? Moan, 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 swipe, take my money, Bungie. That's pretty
I
much
gotta
it.
drink this coffee hot. What?
Yeah. I think for me, gosh, because I didn't do that with Destiny 2, and I waited for forever before I got all of it, and I'll probably wait till this goes on sale at some point in time because it just doesn't. I can't grind like that anymore, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Also,
heart.
Like, I don't know. It lost a lot of its appeal with Destiny 2 because Destiny 1 was all about playing with friends, and, our whole week was dictated by the reset clock
The
and what.
Destiny schedule.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Destiny
Yes.
schedule was my schedule. Like, that's
Yep.
just how we were, and we would play the whole time, and then it released on PC, and it was a bit of a flop, and it just didn't feel the same. Like, it lost some of its magic, and I think that we could blame Activision for that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, back into it now, slowly feeling it out, see how we'll do. But it's always a fun game just to go and shoot
As
some
long as
stuff
you're
in.
enjoying it, I guess it's
Yeah.
fine, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the point. It's good.
Yeah, trying some more variety as well. Just because
Yeah.
now there's going to be quite a lull in Magic for like 2 months or something until a new set releases. And that's a long time to be playing the same
just do the
standard.
same
so it's
thing?
just like,
Yeah.
I'm going to need some
I
help
was like,
here.
how many times can I wake up at 8 a.m. and watch Alias's stream where she's playing the same decks over and over again? I was like, huh. By that time I might actually learn the game. So
True.
that would
True.
be, total just in time to not know anything about it anymore. Perfect.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
pretty much.
Great. Yes. I'm going to go all the way to my top left to one Beth B. Rad, who was drawing owls this week, at least yesterday. So there was owls involved, and there were snowy owls,
Yeah.
and there was barn owls, and you couldn't decide between which you wanted to actually draw. And did you settle on one?
What's cool about being an artist is that you don't have to. You can just put them together. Like, it doesn't need to be a real owl.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, features
Yeah,
of both
so-
owls. The Beth B. Rad
Exactly.
owl. The Rad owl.
It's also dressed up
Interesting.
like a geisha, so most of its body isn't even going to be visible. So it's
Nice.
chill. Yeah, I'm like painting this kind of celestial owl geisha character for a Patreon drop.
Wow. Wait, what
that's
inspired
cool.
that aesthetic?
So like months ago, I tried out this thing where you sit down and you just like sketch out 100 ideas, which sounds easy, and it's not easy. So I just have like.
Why does that
pages.
sound easy? None of that sounds easy. 100 ideas?
You
That's a
can come
lot.
up with 100 ideas. They don't have to be good ideas.
My brain is not large enough for that.
Well, you'd be surprised. It does take longer than it should, but I just have, I think, 2, 4, 6, 7 pages of these like tiny dinky thumbnails. And one of the thumbnails. Oh, this is the goal of this is that, let's say 2 months from then, you're like, man, I really have time to draw, but my creativity is bankrupt and I don't want to come up with any ideas. Now you can
Go
go
back to your
back into
idea
your
book.
100 ideas and pick the best ones. And so I don't know if you'll see it.
Oh,
but this
There's
Cool.
burbs.
here.
Oh yeah, right there. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was like the
Awesome.
celestial owl.
Nice.
And then yesterday or 2 days ago, what is time? I
think it was
picked
yesterday.
It to,
I think it was yesterday. I don't actually remember. I tried
I was
so
like-
hard.
I know,
Oh.
it's fine, me neither. But I was like, that sounds cool. Let me just turn that into a more fleshed out idea
Yeah.
and drawing. And so that's what I've been up to because it's just been a work week.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, hopefully it's been a good work week. I feel like it's
Yeah.
been like between Thursdays, it is forever and also much too short. Does that make any
Yeah.
sense? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because I feel like it's only been 3 days, but those 3 days have been really long days, and then whatever. Stella, please take me away from this again because I'm absolutely losing my mind at this point. We played Apex last night, and we
Yeah,
did really well, and by we I mean you.
On like 7 energy drinks and coffee.
Oh yeah, you saw that.
We had quite the DM exchange about planning to play Apex yesterday.
So I was like, hey Joel, how much coffee is too much coffee?
I said there wasn't enough.
For a friend.
Mhm.
friend. And then he said, Stella, are you cracked out right now? That's where he goes.
Not yet was the answer for that friend. And eventually ended up cracked out. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It went really well. I don't know. Did you sleep at all after that?
Eventually.
Eventually. we take those. That's fine. We take those. That's good. Well, Stella, what else have you been up to in the last week? I know you had to do a Cold War story playthrough. Is that right? Call of Duty
Yeah,
Cold War story thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too exciting. I'm working with our guides team to do some walkthroughs and stuff because apparently, because it's like a Cold War, like super spy sort of story, like there's this one side mission where like you have to decrypt a floppy disk, so you have to like collect all this evidence and like, you know, go through and analyze all the evidence and like crack a code. And I'm just like, all right,
Do you just
cool,
play
I'll
like
do this.
Minesweeper, and that's the answer, but no one remembers how to play Minesweeper anymore, so
No,
you
it's
just
like it's like some fucking Sherlock Holmes shit. Like you
Oh,
gotta
wow.
scramble words. You gotta look at this like list of numbers.
wait.
I
I kind of love that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That's the
cool,
kind of game
but,
I like. Wait.
cool, but like I felt so bad. I was messaging like the guides team, and I was like, "Hey, so how do I get this thing?" So it's basically just a lot of like guesswork, and then being like, "Oh, okay, I finally get it. Got it. Cool." So
Nice.
that video will probably be out tomorrow. So
Nice. We like
Sweet.
that. That's good stuff. Good work. Good work. What has you excited this week?
other
Anything?
than caffeine.
Other than that. Other than that.
That was so cute.
I'm actually going to be playing Demon's Souls this week.
Oh.
Nice.
Along with more Just Dance, but Demon's Souls is going to make me very angry. And honestly, I have Souls games really bring something out in me that I don't know, like
A demon,
where.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know where
Yes.
it sits inside of me, but when I play, it just comes out. So it's been a while.
So it's gonna be great. This is awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Nice, nice.
Please
Just
tell me this would
combine
be
the
like
two,
a-
says chat. You need to do a
like
Just
a-
Dance Demon Souls playthrough. There you go.
Oh my god.
Please tell me this would be like a donation incentive for like a no swear jar.
Oh god. Oh god. I mean,
I'd go
I
broke.
could,
That's
but
not
that
fair.
would be
Just
really-
get
I would be
creative.
really hard.
I promise
would
you,
go
you
into
can just
debt.
get creative.
I would go into debt.
Yes. Just get creative.
I tell
Yeah.
you what, I'll give you this one for free. This is one I actually stole from a friend of mine who had a kid before I did, so he had to like curb his cursing.
Figure it
And
out.
I actually stole it when we had our kid, and that was Mother Chicken. It actually works.
Oh.
Mother
We also say
Mother
hamburger
chicken.
a lot. Yep.
Another chicken.
You must be hungry all the time.
Another
Mhm.
chicken.
Yes.
Chicken and hamburger. Hmm.
In this house, we're always hungry.
Okay.
I find food exclamations work really well. Like instead
Yeah.
of dropping F bombs and S poops, I just say beans. I just-
Huh.
I say farts. Farts is
Ah.
fun when I need to
Oh,
behave. Yeah, because
wow.
farts are funny, right? So if you're angry,
Farts are
you just say
funny.
farts.
And then you just say,
And then you
Well,
lock
like my
yourself.
kid's even taken to it. She says hamburger now too, even though she doesn't get
Wow.
why we say it.
Oh, that's
I love it when you're a kid and you like
Hamburgers.
know what a
Just, like-
joke is, but you don't know why it's funny. Like I
Right. Yeah.
legitimately used to run around as a child and ask people if there was a pencil in their pocket or if they were just happy to see me. And I had no idea why that was a funny joke. I just knew it was a joke. No one ever made me stop.
It's such an insult as
And
well.
that-
Like a
and then-
pencil?
A pencil.
Wait, what do you mean do you guys not? That was a thing that like was on TV all the time. Is that a pencil or a banana
It's
or
usually
whatever in your
like,
pocket?
you know,
Oh, like a roll of
gun
quarters,
or
or when people had change.
a tinky or
Is
something.
pencil like a
Please.
colloquial thing? Was that just a
It's
regional
like calling
thing?
someone pencil dick.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry,
Yeah.
Michigan
wow.
boys.
I haven't heard that one in some time. Jeez.
It was a double joke, and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the second part until today.
Well, that's amazing.
Comedy
Oh my
is so
God.
layered.
Humor is awesome. Man, it's great being 8 years old and figuring out humor. It just doesn't. This has been fun. I needed this. But do you guys want to like play something called Dungeons and Dragons? There's like
Yeah.
wizards and things. You got cat. Oh god.
Oh god. Neska's gonna be bouncing off the walls.
I've been looking forward to this
Love it.
for days. So simply _Jackson. Would you please take us in to your lovely world of the Seed of Life?
Yeah, welcome in, you guys. If you're new to the show, this is Seed of Life. It's a D&D 5e campaign that we have written and themed into the world of Studio Ghibli, while also incorporating ideas with a little bit of backpack from a previously written campaign called Eyes Unclouded. I encourage you guys to go and check out that. You can purchase that and check out other Studio Ghibli themed campaigns within there, where you can even play like a Soot Sprite campaign. It's really cute. We have been a couple of days on adventures with our party. We have a large variety of characters, which a large variety of personality, which is incredible. And we have had a couple of dreary days that I'm actually going to get one of our cast members to tell us about, and what happened and who we met and the information we learned on our last episode. So, if all of our players can do me a favor, make sure you have your character selected and roll me a d20 /r space 1d20. And then I will roll a d20 and then we'll see who gets closest to. And if you
I
do
almost
land
rolled
on
a D230, which would have been fantastic.
Jesus.
And whoever lands closest to or on it, give me your recap and your character if you can. So, boop. A 3. So it looks like Rin is the closest.
Ooh, spicy.
How
appropriate.
Oh, man.
was Rin's past couple of days? Please tell us.
Well, last time we did this, we wound up going to the home of Winnie and her brother Tobias, and seemed like it was empty. There were dead rats everywhere. It was kind of weird. And we wound up finding Tobias. He had tree branches and leaves all over him. We didn't understand why, but for whatever reason, Neska stabbed a cabinet or a cupboard or a closet of some sort, and fortunately did not kill the poor woman that was inside of it.
Unfortunately.
And well, it all worked out because in the end, this woman had saved Tobias's life, and she has basically told us that she was getting ready to take her leave to go to, what was it, Wheelstone? And we decided that because of the high amount of danger that's involved with this darkness that is trying to consume the land, and my own personal experience encountering it, we decided that it'd be best if she not take this trip alone. And we have now convinced Tobias to pack up his home and bring Winnie with him so they don't die terrible death. And now Where we were once but a few, we are but many. Because, we are a family. That is all.
Good job. Round of applause.
Wonderful, Red. Wonderful.
As luck had it, I think it's pretty fated that Ren gave us a rundown, because we ended last session with this incredible moment with Ren having a conversation of sorts with the darkness that we are now calling it, as he did his rotation for the evening. Previous in the day, our party showed up at the farmhouse. We separated a little bit to have an investigation on the inside of the house after Ham accidentally stepped into a dead rat. Into a dead rat, yeah. We split the party with the kids outside, ran outside to babysit, while the rest of the party went upstairs to investigate the sounds that were happening upstairs, and come to find out they found Tobias Graham of the Graham farm, Winnie's older brother, in bed, still seemingly sick, but covered in this bark substance that had spices and a bunch of stuff that was seemingly moving over his skin. Then amongst investigating that, we heard a sound in a large armoire cabinet type of thing, if I can say that right. And in the approaching of it, Nesca decided to fight instead of flight and stab directly through it with one of our big crit rolls from yesterday. And luckily stuck Pim, our new NPC in the party, but did not kill her. And among some discussion, Pim told the party that she had heard rumor that the Graham farm had been attacked or had gone under something, and found Tobias the way he was, and has been trying to treat him for all of his wounds. She didn't know that Winnie had returned with them, but upon finding Winnie with them, essentially realized they were nice, good people, it seems. Nesca? And decided to ask the party to stay the evening there, and so they could all head back to Wheelstone in the morning. Yet Tobias, once risen in the evening while coming down for food, declined that venture with them. Another critical role on persuading him had a great discussion between Stubbs and Ren about talking him into going. So now the party has the older brother Tobias is in his 20s.
He's not gonna die on the farm now. He's just gonna die under our care, and it's totally fine.
We have Winnie, who's in her early preteens. She's probably 11-ish, 10, 11, 12, somewhere like that. We have Kettle still, who is our youngest party member at the moment, attached to the hip of Pim, because Pim and him do know each other from Wheelstone. And then our party did rotations in the evening to make sure everything was safe. And while a little bit unsuccessful, other than a barn cat named Muffins we found, Rin did finish the night with approaching the wood just to get a feeling of things. And while meditating, drew out a deeper inner anger that we learned about Rin, and drew forth the voice of the darkness, who said some things to him that I don't remember if Rin returned to tell the party, but if you want to discuss that, you can. And we can start the story now, where it's the morning time after we've rested in the spaces in the house, and we have headed back. We've started out on the road. The purpose of movement of this, if we have for the purpose of time, you guys just travel through the day to Wheelstone. It's a day's worth of travel. It's the same thing. People heading north, down, you guys are heading south, other people are heading north. And getting to Wheelstone is pretty easy. So what I would like to do is do almost like a time recap. Are there any things that you guys would have discussed on the road? Is there anything you guys would have prepared to do as you approach to Wheelstone? So instead of role-playing through the actual minute-by-minute time, we'll just talk about what you covered through the day on your travel. Is that okay?
Yeah. Quick question, because Beth and I are talking about it in chat right now. Sorry, Alias.
No worries.
Ren, did you tell us about your night? I know, because we talked about it all as players, so I don't remember if we talked about it as characters. about your
My
interaction.
notes. Ren told us the darkness spoke
Yeah.
to him when he yelled at the woods because
Okay.
Ham has a reaction to that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty much like the extent of it. I don't think there was much else beyond that. That was like that I could have said. But just basically the kind of mirroring what Nesca said before about the darkness kind of I guess telepathically, like hearing it in your mind,
Right. Okay.
so to speak.
Cool. Thank you. Sorry. Alias, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So Krog would just ask Ren, like, what's changed? What happened during the whole thing? What did you feel? Just very curious about the whole experience, because now his friend, who he just knows as this drink-loving individual, and the whole reason that he was going down there has now changed his tune a lot. So, Krog is just trying to find out why, and if the mission is still the mission, or if now there's something else that we have to do as well. Like what's more important.
Yes.
I definitely feel I definitely feel like everything has changed. The darkness, when it spoke to me, I'm not gonna lie, it scared me, because it is going to tear through everything, and I think it's going to destroy every single trace of man, woman, and child it can possibly get until we're all gone. And I can't let that happen.
Good to know.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else is going to discuss on the road, or anything anybody wants to do or practice, or?
Red, how come he talk to you? But Red, when I yelled into the woods, he didn't talk to me.
Well,
Were you mad?
how do I put it? It does feed on anger, it seems.
But I was
respond to
so mad.
What were you mad about?
I could,
And I just point. I just point to Kettle openly on the road.
Kettle's probably like twiddling with some like dandelion he found on the road, and it's just like,
look
not
at
paying
look
attention.
at that bozo.
Well, Ham, I don't think that you're so much angry as you're probably feeling something else.
What
Now-
there's two emotions: friendship and anger.
Well, those are two of them. There are more.
Friendship,
You can-
emotion.
I tell you what, Ham. I'll tell you a secret. So a long time ago, when I was a much younger Ren, something really bad happened to me, and I lost
Were you
someone
ever
I
as
cared
big
about.
as me?
I was once upon a time.
Really?
Really.
I don't know if I'll hit a growth spurt, but I hope that soon I'll be as big as you, Red.
Well, one day, Ham. One day. And when you do, you're gonna be the toughest, most bravest, most awesome leader ever. I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tobias elbows Rin, and he's like, "You're pretty good at this. Do you have kids?" Or
No. But, I grew up in a monastery, and, growing up there, I was the only kid. And, the monks were, for the most part, they all tried. But, sometimes it helps to, help people feel special. So, I have a soft space in my heart for, and I just gesture towards Ham and everyone else.
But why didn't the darkness speak to me?
I don't think you were really angry, Ham.
Uh-oh. well, that perhaps suggests that I'm not entirely in touch with my own emotions, doesn't it?
Well,
maybe you are feeling things that you don't realize.
I thought.
I don't know.
Jealousy comes to mind.
Jealousy! I would never. Krog, you know me. We've traveled together. You think I would ever be a jealous frog?
If I say yes, are you gonna hit me?
No.
Okay.
But
And Ham gets out his book and he doesn't know what to write.
Oh, that's a first.
As we round up this conversation, if nobody else has any points that they really want to dive into on this walk, we'll say that time in the day has traveled, and you guys, over the horizon of this hill you're walking on, see this great wall, this huge wooden barricade with an opening, a few little, we'll say like stalls, tents right outside the front of it, and a couple of guards at the door of it. And Pim tells you, this is Wheelstone. We've made it. Thank you for the escort, guys.
Oh, we're here already. Oh.
Man, that was really fast. Wow, quick road.
DM note. It's been a day. There's nothing we had planned on this, so
Everybody shut up. She's going to take it back and make us walk more.
She was super clear about that.
I just want to poke fun.
for our podcast listeners, it has been at least. Just go ahead.
Wait, where's Grandma's house though? We're not. The job's not done. I mean, I know we're here, but.
When you say grandma, do you mean Kettle's mom?
Kettle's grandmother, I believe, is who we were supposed to visit. At least that's what my notes say.
Yeah. So Pim replies, so that's Biddy. She's the messenger of the town.
Right.
She lives, and she points, and above the wall you can see the highest small building, like a perch/building, at the very top over the fence. That's where she lives.
You said messenger? Is that like is that a proper noun, messenger, or is that like a title?
If you would know.
Do I know?
With the world, you guys would all know that there are foot messengers that travel between towns and cities and lands and farms and markets with messages. And there's also people who, or individuals who translate messages through animals. So you would know that she speaks with animals.
Messenger.
She delivers messages via birds and stuff. So you've seen them before in different towns too.
I would assume it's like a rather prestigious like position, or is it like...
Not really. It's kind of like every town has like a
someone
healer.
that does this.
Every town has their elders. Every village has their different jobs. Because it's not... Yeah, this isn't like what you would think of with a normal D&D town where it's like you have the rich aristocrats and you have the etc. Everybody just does their jobs. And she was gifted with being able to handle animals and talk to them. So she became a messenger. That was her fate.
Interesting.
And you guys would all know this. You've all been in big villages and towns and stuff, so you would know of messengers, whether it would be through birds or various other animals or whatever.
What? This is just as a setting question. We're still outside the walls? What does it look like? Because we've been told about like the walls and there's military down here and stuff like that. Does it look super well guarded? What's the
There are
vibe?
guards on this side. You guys are on the north side of town. There are definitely 1 or 2 guards at the door. There is a huge the barricade that's surrounding the town. There's no other buildings that are higher than that wall other than Biddy's like reach, essentially. It's not big. It's definitely the biggest town you guys have seen in the south, though. Excuse me, there's a random dog on the road now. So weird.
Oh, hey, Pup. Yeah.
Puppy!
Krog, don't chase the dog. Shoot, I guess we actually have to go inside the town now, following the dog. Okay. So I guess Stub would look around the party and be like, well, I guess up to the tall house. Hope you guys aren't afraid of heights.
Do we have to jump up there? There's not a door?
It's definitely, you can see a ladder. Very
Stub,
small
use
ladder.
your eyes.
Yeah. Yes. I try to really often. What am I looking for?
The ladder.
And Ham just points at the
Oh.
ladder.
Yeah.
It's okay, Stub, don't worry about it. I'm the leader of this crew. Everybody, we're going up the ladder.
And Stub,
Okay.
I do that. I start going up the
You
ladder.
go up the ladder?
So you guys were outside the village.
So now we gotta get in.
As you brave walk towards the front entrance, the guard's like, hey, and puts his hand
I
up
stop.
at Ham. Do you have business with Wheelstone?
Absolutely, I am the hero, and I am here to prove myself. Also, we have one of your children.
Don't put it like that, Ham.
He's gonna look at Kettle, and he's one of our children. Whose child is
I
he?
don't care.
And as Ham's explaining how he doesn't care, Pim goes, it's Biddy's grandson over Ham. And the guard goes, oh, okay. Just be careful. There's a lot going on in the town right now. He's just like very weirded out by you guys because you look extremely weird to him, this group of ragtag individuals. And he points again to try to guide you guys to this tower. That's Biddy's stead. Be careful up the ladder. Not many people have traveled other than her lately.
So we're good. We don't have to like sign anything. Is it like a
No.
check-in book or?
Not
No.
really, but we will tell the elders that there is a new group of individuals here.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, guys. Group of individuals doesn't sound like a very good name. We need a name.
Krog, clearly
Yes.
you've given this a little bit of thought.
No.
What are your... okay. We'll consider it and come together with an idea this evening, maybe.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good. Everyone
Great.
think of a name and then we can vote. I'm excited.
Oh, goodness.
Haven't
To
seen
Biddy's
Frog
house,
inside in a
then.
while.
Wait, Ren, Biddy's house first, then we find the bar,
That sounds fair.
and then we find work.
Be responsible.
In
Yes.
that order?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
mention
yeah,
of the
let's-
Yeah,
bar.
that sounds right. That sounds right.
Ham's
A
heart is
bar
beating
before
so
work.
hard. So nervous about going to the bar.
Oh, he's fine. He's an adult. It's totally okay.
So many different stories about flying and
Yeah. How alcohol affects people?
yeah.
It's gonna be great. Oh man. Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Is Ham still leading us to Biddy's house?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're following Ham into the city and to see Biddy.
So as you guys travel through the town, you'll notice that the Biddy's tower is kind of located in the center of the town. And
I'm
I
an idiot.
actually
This whole
have-
time I thought the stairs were like leading, or the ladder was leading up against the big tall wall.
She's kind of right
You
in the
explained
middle.
that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you're fine. But you could definitely have noticed and seen them. It's not hard to miss. And I have a handy dandy handout for you guys.
Oh.
Show, there you go. Boop. This is Wheelstone.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, cool.
I'll explain it to you guys. I don't have a key for it. But as you walk through the town, it's just got the huge barricade on the outside, but everything else is still within plain view, aside from the alleys that duck between the smaller buildings and stuff. Right in the middle, the little square that's notated on the map is Biddy's messenger tower. When you walk past the forward entrance here, onto the left of you is the market. That's the little peach orange area. To the right, over a bit of pasture of green in the town, there is a large building. It's very prominent. It has like carved statues on the front of it, pillars, but still everything is very, you'll have to think like medieval feudal Japan. So it's not glass on the windows, it's rice paper, stuff like that. Forward, it looks like a bunch of residential homes that have been backed against that back wall. That's where the blue notations are for you. And then in between what would seem the market as you guys walk past, the purple area looks like other businesses, not just merchants, but businesses like blacksmiths or just other stuff like herbalists, things like that. So, but yeah, you guys head to the tower, correct?
Yeah. Does the square / market with the sound I'm getting, it sounds very busy. Is it like a busy day in here? Do people seem nervous about the military presence? What am I getting a feel for anything?
I think a lot of the noise that you actually are hearing is a shuffling of military as they're rotating shift towards the back part of the village where the back road is. There's definitely carts of people, whether they're carrying their items to leave town or transporting them to a safer space within the town. You probably see points in which the walls have clearly been attacked, signs of war. It might be war from years previous, like when they had the Great War between the two nations. Some of them seem newer, like newer attacks on the walls. You guys do know that you've heard that Wheelstone has been dealing with attacks of various sorts, so clear signs of that. The busy sounds you'll probably mostly hear will be the market. It's not a extremely bustling market. It's just a smaller market where people just sell whatever goods they can at the time, kind of thing. So.
Okay.
Also, this is the sound I can get for the town. So sorry if it sounds busier than what it
No,
probably would
it's
be.
totally fine. I actually love using this one. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys head to the tower.
Krog.
Any other things on the way?
Krog, what do you
Yes.
think about Stub and Ham's friendship group?
What about me? Am I not friend?
You're in the group. Okay.
What?
What about Ham's buds? Maybe we'll
Ham's
take Stub
buds.
out of it. It could just be me. I'm looking at your face and I'm not seeing a lot of excitement there. What about no boats, only ships? Friendships.
I like that one. It might be a little long,
It's
but I
long.
like it. There's potential. That's another word I learned from your book, by the way. I read it when you're not looking.
You do what?
Nothing. You heard nothing? It's fine. I'm gonna go look, a squirrel.
Red, does he not see if there's I put a sticker that says don't touch.
You know,
Eska.
Krog has skedaddled.
So as you guys approach the open square, which used to be just kind of an active surface area for people to meet, greet each other normally, which would be normal for a town that you guys have been in previously, you're now seeing there's kind of some thrown together tents and homes, and it looks like other people are living here. People who don't have a permanent space or house here, almost like they've been taken in as refuge within this area. Yeah.
Oh, this is sad.
Ham does not have a filter today.
Does he ever?
That's accurate. Well, Ren, how about you take the lead here, and I'll make sure everyone makes it up the ladder. Okay. Thanks.
Tobias says, Winnie and I will stay down here. We don't know Biddy or anything. We don't, but we'll stay here.
Are you're
and
sure you're good?
He like points at Winnie and he's like, heights.
Oh, right. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. How about you guys go and I'm gonna try and spot, like, is there a baker around anywhere? Is there like a bakery of some kind?
So, on the other side of the tower, now that you're close enough to it, you probably notated that is what would be like the Great Hall, and it's kind of a traditional inn that you guys would think of, but it's just a rentable home space. It's also where there would be a general gathering for food and whatnot, and they always have a kitchen going. So that's where you would purchase any sort of food or goods like that.
Stub would pull out some of his remaining coin and hand it specifically to Winnie. Say,
Aww.
how about you guys go get us something a little sweet. The end of the road, it always seems nice.
And she takes this coin and she's, okay. She looks at Tobias and Tobias is like, okay, so we'll see you there
I hand
afterwards,
enough
right?
to Tobias for however much to get enough for the group. I don't know what that number is.
Okay. He's like, I'll have a table ready for us. Thank you.
Yeah, great. All right, up we go then. Ren, and then maybe, and then maybe Winnie there, and okay.
I don't know if we should all climb this ladder at the same time. I'm just saying. Several of us are pretty big.
Oh, yeah, I totally,
I don't know if we should all go up there.
it's like as it like leans sideways with one person on the ladder, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. Yeah.
It's a pretty sturdy ladder. It's not super thin. The side branches are fairly large. The rungs have been, whittled and hammered into spoke instead of tied. Like, it's been put together with tar as an adhesive. Like, it feels like a sturdy ladder.
Yeah, but
It's
you
just
saw
soft.
Ren's character portrait.
I did.
That's a thick
I
boy.
did.
I have
That's a big
slow
boy.
fall. It's okay.
Wow. It's good to go.
Okay.
All right.
Is everybody heading up?
So yeah, I'm going up.
As we climb, since Stub is behind me, I will look down and say, "You enjoying the view?"
Stub looks out over the town as he climbs up the ladder and says, yeah, I've always enjoyed heights, and will continue to not look upwards in any way, shape, or form and climb the ladder.
Love it. Love it. So it doesn't take very long to climb. It's only like tall, and this time is like a 2-story, like maybe to a third a bit story. It's not great tower windmill tall, but it's tall enough to see over the wall where everything else is pretty short. So it didn't take very long to get up there. And then you come to what is like a patio on the front. There's like a rocking chair. There's a couple of bits and bobs out there, wind chimes, stuff like that, and a door to this house, it seems.
Okay. Red, give
We'll
that
just
a
drop-
knock, would you?
We're just drop it off the kid, right?
We are seeing if anyone's home first. Ham.
Yeah, we don't want to leave Kettle by himself. That
Can't
would
just
be
drop
awful.
kids on doorsteps.
Obviously.
There's not a lot of space on this patio, I'll notate, so I doubt all of you are standing. Some are probably still hanging onto the ladder.
Just like down at the bottom, trying not to look up. Just, Red, knock on the door, could you?
Like,
Could you knock the door?
I'm just clearly enjoying how uncomfortable he is. I'm just looking down.
Yeah,
at him
Nesco
like,
won't
Please knock on
actually
the door.
finish climbing up the ladder.
yeah. I'm just there, just like.
So, Ren knocks.
yeah, but as I knock and I guess you said her name's Biddy.
Biddy.
Okay. So Biddy, we have something. We have someone that's looking for you.
And from the inside, you hear
I basically and I guess like Kettle's like, hey Kettle,
It's like Kettle's very small.
Let's get
I imagine
Kettle up
Kettle
here.
was probably like on Rin's like back on the way
Yeah.
up or something.
You can hang on my shoulder.
Okay, so you hear Rin say that, and on the inside you hear a shuffling and excuse me, I'm coming. And you hear a shuffle to the front door, and it's open because everything's squeaky here. I love it. And you see in front of you a stout and short Kinku lady, little spectacles, draped in her, what she would assume, beautiful robing, but it's her own knitting that she's made in her own house as she's lived up there. And she's, who's here to see me? Who's here to see me? You, who's you? Who?
And I'll kind of I'll drop down to like one knee and have kind of still have Kettle up on my shoulder and be like, my name's Ren, and me and my friends, we happened to find your grandson on the road, and we thought we'd bring him back to you.
And as soon as, before you can even finish your sentence, she sees Kettle and she's, Kettle! And she just starts cawing between speaking and Kettle, and she wraps him in her arms / clothing / knitting, and you see almost Kettle escape into her chest, and you hear him go, Grandma, in her chest, and she hurries him inside, just come into my house, come into it. And she's beckoning
I'm
you
assuming
guys
she's
into the house.
home. Can I get up the ladder now?
I'll start gesturing for everybody. Go ahead and start coming up, and I'll enter.
Krog's just swinging on the ladder.
Thanks, Krog. Oh God. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So you guys enter the house, and there's not much there. It's just kind of a one-room, half-wall divide about middle. That's where sleeping spaces are. She's got a little bit of a kettle stove on the back that's also purposely the furnace for the house. A small table. But along the far wall, it's just cage upon cage of happy sprited crows and pigeons that are clearly playing with each other and just sprightly enjoying their existence in the back corner of the room.
Krog would like to approach these pigeons and birds.
Sure.
Okay, I'll be like,
Oh, excuse me, can I meet your birds?
Oh, did you? Sure. They're very friendly.
Thank you. You could talk to them, right?
Yes.
Oh.
That's my job. I talked to the birds.
Oh, I want to play
does
them
a
a song.
bird
Can you
say?
tell me if they like them? If they like it?
Oh, if you just be kind, just be kind to them.
Okay.
Krog's gonna run over very excited and start tooting the flute. He's gonna play a cute little song. Doesn't care what else anyone else is doing. He's just like, birds! And she can tell me if they actually like my song.
Sure.
So
Go
he
ahead,
plays.
do a performance check for me.
Oh, that means I should open my... Hang on, where's my thing? Performance. Bam. What'd I roll? 18.
You have an 18.
Ugh.
Very good roll.
Is it a good performance?
So as Krog performs, I assume everybody's settling in seats, just looking through the space, etc. And we hear in the corner, what's Stubbs / Joel?
What?
Oh, I thought you were prepared to say something. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So we see Krog shuffle to that corner, pull out his little flute, and just go to town playing for these birds. And at first, the birds shuffle back to the back of the cage. But as every note comes out and is played, a few of them pop forward, a few more pop forward. Some of them even stick their heads a little bit through the wires and listen closely. And you see a couple of little tails shuffle and some kind of wiggle with delight to your performance, and they enjoy it. And Betty goes, "Oh, they do like it very much."
Oh, good. Thank you. Hi. And he waves at the
Birds. He waves at the birds. Then he'll go sit down like a good Krog.
When you leave, you notate the birds just some hop down to their bath and they go back to their eating and just go back to their little casual chatter and stuff
How
in the
many
corner.
birds are there?
There's probably 5 to 6 in this huge cage. These are crows and pigeons, so they're not small like finches. They're birds, big birds. So. Okay. Biddy has taken Kettle to the kitchen section of this space and is quickly trying to put together some food for him. Oh, what have you been? And she's just shuffling through, trying to be like, getting answers out of a very young Kinko who's just going on her clothing and stuff, trying to explain his story. Did these help you? Did these help you?
I don't know what she's saying.
I think I'm finally probably making it inside and now seeing the space because it's, been long enough that I've climbed the ladder eventually and just look around. Grandma Biddy, we did. He probably can't respond to you. His beak is in your clothes and, whatever.
And you see her like open her sweater and just pick up one of her cookies that she has under.
Whoa!
And she feeds it to Kettle. She gives it to Kettle, and Kettle two-hand just these. I don't have my sound. I'm sorry. I had a Windows update, so now we don't have our Kettle voice.
We get real Kettle today, not unfiltered Kettle.
We hear Kettle go, these guys help me. They help me on the road. They save me. They save me from the darkness.
After he tried to stab someone, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I turned out okay.
And she picks him up and shuffles him close, and she's like, I was so worried. And she looks at you guys and she's, how'd you find him?
He robbed me on the street with a knife. And yeah, we turns out under the influence of some kind of darkness. I don't know.
Okay. I've been. Okay.
There was a magic sword with an eyeball and some shadowy stuff, and we've learned the name of that recently, and turns out Kettle was kind of under the influence of that. But we were able to remove him from the situation, solve the problem, and bring him safely home. Are there any more of those cookies?
And she sets Kettle down on her like one bit of corner space, and she's don't go anywhere. We have plenty to talk about. And then she grabs her little platter of cookies, toasty little almond cookies, similar to the ones that you guys would have had at Sigismund's back in the Hogsmeade Market, and places them on the small table around you guys. Please, anything for you. Bring Kettle back.
Good.
I don't know anything about swords. I don't swords or anything, but he is sprightly. He is very sprightly.
Yeah, Kettle will have to tell you more about Sword Friend. I don't really understand how that came to be either, but how did Kettle get out on the road on his own?
Well, we went to the market one morning, and he got away from me amongst the crowd, and we looked for this and this and this and this. We didn't do what it was. It's been quite a while.
Well,
I've been keeping my tongue down this whole time, but I gotta say, Kettle's in need of some serious discipline. He ran away from his grandbiddy, and on top of that, he's not taking any responsibility for literally putting a knife to my best friend's neck. And I think that I think maybe you need to be a better caretaker, huh?
And you see her kind of blink and look around, and I don't think that Kettle. Kettle? Did you hold a knife to her neck, Kettle? Kettle, did you? And you see Kettle eating a cookie, and he's like full shove in his mouth. And he's just looking at him like.
And Ham grabs a cookie and just looks at him with the same don't even face.
So Biddy turns to Kettle and we'll talk about this later. We have work to do. We have messages to send today. No, but we'll talk
Right,
about it.
actually, can I ask you, I mean, you're the messenger here. You probably know more about the information coming in and out of the city than anyone else. What's going on with the military and their, the whole darkness thing down here? Do you know anything?
And she's probably like midst pouring you guys some water out of a little pitcher or whatnot. Cookies can be dry, She's shuffling them over, and she's like, I don't know what message I can tell you. Official? I don't know if you're official. Are you official?
Yeah. Yes.
Ham looks at Nesca.
We are an official group working for the military because, they've been spread so thin recently, and I'm sure my friend Nesca can corroborate that with me, because clearly I'm going to need help here.
We even have a name. Ham?
We're friends.
Friends. Yes.
We're workshopping it.
We didn't agree on this.
And she shuffles a bit under her sweater uncomfortably, and she's. I don't know what I can. I don't know what I can tell you. You probably have to talk to Elder Mernon. Elder Mernon knows the information to tell you. He might. He might get mad. I've been told to tell no one other than the messages.
Can we do an insight check to see if she does know more and just isn't wanting to tell us?
Yeah, you can definitely roll insight on her.
11.
An 11. You can tell, and it's pretty easy. She's pretty telling with her emotions. She definitely knows information, but that's kind of her job. And she's been told who and what to tell things and who and what town for a long time, so she might not just be willing to divulge without notice from an elder, and you would know that a lot of the times with these villages and smaller villages, there's definitely an elder council that would be making decisions about stuff and what information needs to go and what emergency to help and ask for and stuff. So,
can I try to persuade her to give us a little more information?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll say, well, you see, we went through a lot of trouble trying to bring Kettle back to you, and we would really appreciate if you could give us any information.
I do appreciate your efforts there. It was probably a great journey.
Especially since Kettle was involved in some not so great activities when we found him. And I'm going to try to roll.
Yeah,
persuasion?
sure.
21.
Okay, very nice. When you say that and you're trying to persuade her that you deserve information because Kettle was hard to manage, essentially, with whatever he might have been doing, you see, you know that grandma face that she'll give you, when you like dip your finger in the sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving and you shouldn't, and she darts an eye over at Kettle and she's like, we'll talk about it later, won't we, Kettle? What did you do? And her stutter kind of falls as she gets stern and earnest with him. And she comes in, she looks back at you and she's like, I do appreciate your help. But I do say, you do know about the military and the darkness clearly. And that's our greatest problem. So, that's what we've been needing to tell people and warn them about it.
All right.
I do suggest to go talk
where,
to.
Yeah, where's Elder Mernon?
Elder
Where
Mernon.
do they stay?
Elder Mernon and General Gallup can be found. Oh, the Elder Hall. You saw the Elder Hall as you came through the
Right.
Great Building?
Yep. Of course. Absolutely. Yep.
It's beautiful. It's been there for centuries and centuries.
Okay. Great. So you're good though, right? Everything's good. You've got kettle now. We had a couple cookies. I think we're good, right? Just head down the ladder then, and you can come find us if you need anything. I think.
And takes up the road, and she has like little pre-knitted pouches that she has all this time up here, and she's been making these things and stuffs a few cookies into this pouch and hands it over. And anytime, come back at any time.
Yeah. I may come back and check in on the boy.
She points at Krog, who's played a lovely tune for her birds.
Thank you.
All right.
On our way out, before we I'll be the last one to leave as we're walking out. I'll kind of lean down and don't be too hard on the boy. He didn't have a choice.
I know, I'm really hard on myself. I said a dumb thing when I got put on the spot. Grog asked what our crew was called, and I screamed that I just said friends, and you're right, I shouldn't be so hard on the boy. That's me.
After that, I feel like we should have a theme song too. The Krog on the flute, right? Just maybe like da na 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 na, ba na 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 na, and then maybe some clapping in there, like somewhere. I think might work out, and we can call
Stubbs,
ourselves
thanks
friends.
for trying to make me feel a little bit better by making
Yeah.
my dub thing into like a whole song, but it's
Yeah.
okay. You can admit it wasn't. My idea was bad.
I have an idea though. You said, friends. So HAA, Hams, Allied, Alliance.
Allied, isn't that like two of the same thing?
I don't know. I'm just thinking
Hams
of.
Allied Alliance?
I feel like friends
I
needs to be
love
in there
it.
somewhere. Oh, okay.
I love it!
Yes!
Ha!
You sound like one of the crows.
Holy shit!
So are we official now?
Ham's excitement.
Guttural.
When he's doing that, he like lets go of his feet on the ladder and just slides down. Like,
Can I catch him at the end? I want to. Please.
I imagine it's pretty easy to catch him, so you probably pretty gracefully catch Ham as he's fallen into your arms.
I catch Ham and then I put him up in the air like, yeah!
oh, Ham loves it, and then Ham's like,
Put me down! Oh,
Sorry.
put me down! I'm not a kid!
My apologies.
his heart's beating
So-
though. That's very fun.
You guys had this conversation as you went down the ladder, right? And the last, with the notation that you gave, Ren, as a grandmother in her years knew, she nodded at you about Kettle, and then as Ham chimed up, she nodded and grinned at you about Ham.
Aww.
Okay.
Should we?
You guys reach the base of the ladder.
Yeah, should we find Tobias first and Winnie, or do you want to go talk to this Elder Mernon guy?
We can't just leave them. What if they're waiting and there's other people? That's the worst. They're just like, oh, our friends are coming. There's going to be 10 of them. Meanwhile,
Right,
it's
and
like 2
oh,
of
you
them
know what? They got a
keeping
table.
It's
Yeah.
the worst.
That does
I
sound
could
awful.
use a drink. Let's
Oh man. All right, yeah.
Drunk.
Yeah.
let's go somewhere we can sit down. So let's go find.
Yes, drink time, drink time, drink time.
Maybe we can get some rooms too. Get a real bed. A real bed would be nice.
I've never slept in a real bed. What's it like?
Well, Krog, do you like sleeping on the ground? Is it
Yes.
comfortable for you? Does it
Yes,
feel cozy?
I make it cozy.
Right. Imagine not having to make it cozy and it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
excited.
a real. Yeah,
I'm
let's
excited.
do that. Especially after a couple of drinks, everything's cozy.
This
Krog,
sounds
it's
fun.
really cool. The pillows are filled with bird feathers, and even sometimes the blankets are just totally filled up with down from geese. And then when you lay in it, it's really warm because all of the feathers insulate you like they did the geese before.
What? No! That's what it's made out of?
It's nice.
As you guys are having this conversation and you discuss approaching the Great Hall, that's the inn and restaurant.
Wait, can I look at the marketplace? Because it's like right next to it, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's a small little village. You can walk over there. Would you like to do that away from the party?
Yeah. I'll tell them that I'll be right behind them.
Okay.
Are there any interesting stalls? Like any, I don't know. I don't know what exactly.
She's
is
gonna go
also
rob a
there.
merchant again.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Just don't
This is
stab
my
him.
plotline.
This is my plot line.
So we'll leave the rest of the party who are walking towards the Great Hall, but I will notate before you guys go that Pim is going to tell you guys some information, so be prepared once we go back to the scene. So she's going as we go. The camera shifts over to Nesca. I assume instead of just shadowing out behind the group, did you tell them?
Yeah, I said
gonna
I'll be
go?
right behind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes to the market. The market is almost the same, a little bit bigger than what we had seen in the Hog's Feet market. It's a couple of stalls here and there. You know, you don't really have any food vendors like you had there, but there's spice vendors. There's little whittlers and basket makers and some crude weapons. It seems like they're rushed made. There's also farming tool vendors, stuff like that. But one kind of sticks out to you. And notably, you've stuck out to them too.
Shit.
And you see you do stand out, I'm gonna be honest. And you see a halfling, a wee little halfling lad, waving at you. Miss! You look like you're the miss who would need the things that we have here at the Great Stole of Burbabob. I forgot his name. I didn't write it down. We're gonna say it's Burbabob.
That's a great name.
What do you have exactly?
Oh, I've got some magic items from across the land. And he just gestures at his stall. Hey, are you eyeing anything?
Okay, I guess I'll walk over and take a look.
Okay. He's got what looks like kind of sculpted, whittled little, what would seem like play pieces for games. He's got rings, but they're like wooden carved rings or stone rings. They're not metal or anything shiny of that nature. But he points across things and he goes, you look like a lady who has great experience adventuring. You look like the lady who's gonna help us in this great fight against the darkness.
What makes you say that?
Well, look at you. Look at you. No, I never see anybody look like you coming through here. We got farmers, we got merchants, we got, elders, we got healers. We don't have you, though.
Out of the little, like, trinkets, is there anything that really, like, sticks out to me the most?
Yes. So there's a couple of things that stick out to you that are a little different, or feel different, at least. There's a elaborately woven basket. It has flowers wrapped, like woven flowers in the basket, whirled around the edge. It's just beautiful. Like, you guys saw Marley's basket. Clearly she worked really well, but this is on a different skill level tier. There's a jar in the back shelf. It's black, clearly painted black, but it's back there. Doesn't have a label or anything on it. And then on the front edge of the shelf, there's a wolf, a carved gray wolf, like out of antler bone.
Okay. Tell me about this wolf piece here.
Oh, that's the carving. That's the carving of Firier. Hmm. You don't know
what that
Firier?
is? No.
Roll me a history check.
Oh no. 22?
Nice.
Natural
nice.
20.
Nice. I would say you know about Firier because you know legends about aggressive creatures, and you know about this great wolf, this great god of times way before we've existed, who was the god of war at that time, and who was the god of blessings of defeat in battle. And a lot of people definitely included fire in their prayers every day to ward off war during that time. But this is centuries ago, and you guys know that these gods aren't necessarily called upon anymore, not by most, essentially. So with that roll, that's what you know. You know a lot about Fire herself, yeah.
Would I know what this trinket does? Or I guess I can ask him.
Oh, well, if you hold it and if you think about it real nice all through the evening, if you get real attuned to it, if you keep it on your side all the time, you'll be stronger.
Can I tell if he's just trying to like sell me something?
You can roll an insight check.
Okay.
A 12. With a 12, you can tell that he is eager to sell something. Whether he's lying or not, you don't know. You just know that, maybe he doesn't get that many people buying things, but he's definitely eager.
God damn it, it's the same, it's the other guy all over again. Okay, can I try to intimidate him and say, you wouldn't try to sell me something that doesn't work, would you? Especially in this great fight that you talk about?
You can try.
13?
He responds, Why would I rip just a beautiful lady off? More likely I'd like to win your favor by maybe offering you a discount.
How much of a discount?
Oh, well, usually I'd sell something like this wee little wolf for 15, 16 silver, but I'll offer it to you for 13.
13?
13 silver. You'll have to hurry though. The day is ending because it's been a full day's travel for you guys. So you do know that it is getting darker. So you'll have to hurry though. It's been a really busy day, and I've got to wrap up and get home to my family.
How about 10 and I'll give you a kiss on the cheek?
I can't do 10 unless you're trying to persuade him. He's gonna turn you down.
I'll try to persuade him. Sure. 21.
Oh, he said, all right, well, okay, I'll take, he shuffles a little bit behind this counter. He goes, a beautiful lady has never kissed me
Shameless.
before, Well,
Shameless.
I will say though, if you give me 12 silver, I'll give you my, and he leans over the table.
So sell number? Like,
He leans over the table.
Like, what?
And he motions to his jar, and he goes, my jar of darkness.
jar of darkness?
Oh, fucking do it.
Oh, we take those.
12
better
silver,
give him
12
what he
silver and a
wants.
kiss.
12 silver and a kiss for both.
No, the jar of darkness normally runs about 25 silver. I'm giving you a steep discount for that kiss, my lady.
Wait. So sorry, I'm just confused. Is he saying that for the jar and the
And the kiss, not the wolf. Yeah.
Not the wolf?
But it's a jar of darkness.
It's a jar of
I might do
darkness.
that. Yeah, I know. I might do it.
Unless he's lying about it being a jar of darkness. Maybe it's just a jar. What does the jar look like?
It is
Is there anything in the
painted.
jar?
Yeah, can I check that? Okay, what are you doing with the jar of darkness?
I mean, it's everywhere now. You haven't seen it amongst the crops, you haven't seen it in the forest. It took a lot of work to get it in this jar, but I'm offering it to you fairly cheap. You have beautiful lips.
Oh, God, I regret this so much. Okay, all right. Okay, fine. I'll take it. We'll do the 12. And as, I guess, whenever he leans in for the kiss, can I try to pickpocket him?
Oh my god.
You can
You're
try
the
to,
worst.
no, you can try to sleight of hand if you'd like. Sure.
Okay.
Because of the
this
lips
is a
comment,
terrible
please
person,
do.
Okay? Good lord. 21.
Oh,
Nice.
jeez.
Nice. So he leans over. He rubs off his cheek and he pushes her out the way. And he gets real close. And he's like, right here, sweetheart, right there. And as you kiss him, you slide your hand into the corner pocket of his vest of a question mark. It's not really very well tattered and, put together. And you pull out a whistle and a bit of change. Maybe 2 pieces of silver.
1 block of cheese.
It is a halfling, so.
Okay. All right.
And now you have
Okay.
a jar of darkness?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does he
He's
like
like-
wrap it or?
So he takes it down and,
Gift wrap.
and he's like, it's just, my cheek's still warm. Put the 12 silver on the counter, dear. And he pulls the jar down very carefully. And he puts it on the counter behind him. It was like a table, really. He puts it on the table behind him. And he wraps it in burlap. And he wraps it in linen around. And he ties a rope around it. And he brings it over to the front of the table. And he says, all right. My advice, though, don't open it in the evening. Don't open it during the night. All right?
Okay.
All right. And he shuffles this 12 silver across the counter. He puts it in what's a bucket beneath the counter. And he says, is there anything else I can help you with, madam?
I think that's it. Thank you so much.
All right. And he turns to the back. He says, I'm gonna get some more stock to replace your jar, but call my name if you need me, all right?
What is your name?
Burble Bob.
Oh yeah, it was like bubble boy. Bubble boy.
Blurb, blurb.
We'll call him Blurb.
boy. Blurb?
Okay. Okay.
He probably looks like a blurb too, and you smooched him.
Oh wow.
Listen, I did
You
it for
smushed
the deal,
blurb.
okay? All right. Okay. All right, and I walk away and try to catch up with the group.
Okay. So, what are you doing with the jar? It's pretty big, Because you don't want to just shuffle away running with it, correct?
I mean,
What is my backpack like? Like, would it have room for that, or?
You would probably want
Backpacks
to...
have room for everything.
You don't really have an endless bag or a bottomless bag.
Okay.
You could probably tie it to your waist if you wanted to with the extra rope, but you might not want to do that while running, or you might drop it and break it. So
I guess I'll hold it and walk over, and then when I get close enough to the group, I'll tie it to my waist.
roll me a perception check as you start walking away.
Oh god. Oh god, 9.
Okay, roll me another perception check.
What?
Oh, another 9.
Another 9.
Okay.
she just got robbed.
As you walk away from his tent, you hear from the tent next to him, idiot.
I would like to turn back and look at them and walk over and intimidate them and ask them
No,
what's so
who
funny.
is them that you're approaching?
Oh, damn it. You said it's the
tent next to him.
next one. Was he at the end of the stall? Like, is there 2 tents?
He's
or
kind
is
of a middle of a roll, and there's like different stalls and tents, but they're more like imagine like a medieval tent with like poles, a little bit draping kind of thing. It's not like a door or anything like that. So
Okay, I guess I will walk back to where I was, but the tent over.
Mhm.
And can I see if anyone's laughing?
yeah, once you look into the tent, you see a shorter end, more of a yellow-skinned, slightly rounded-eared goblin with her feet up on her stool next to her, propped back and whittling away at wolves.
Do they look like the same wolves that he was selling next door? Okay. Can I intimidate her and ask her what's so funny?
You can ask her what's funny. You probably won't need any intimidation for her to tell you.
Okay. All right. I'll just ask her what's so fucking funny.
She's like, all you newcomers, come on in here. Thinking. Oh, Blurp just gets away with everything.
Is this not a jar of darkness?
That you can open it and see.
Can we have noticed that Nesca is missing from the party?
I
She
told
told you
guys I'd
she
be
was
right
going to the
behind
market,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I inspect the jar without opening it? And just see if there's anything out of the ordinary, like...
If you want to, yeah.
I guess I'll do insight.
Yeah. You can do investigation if you're looking for something in particular. Yeah.
Okay. God, I'm 6.
It's
okay,
a jar wrapped in linen.
Okay, I'll say, well, if... Why don't you open it and show me what's so funny about it?
Put it on the counter.
Okay. Put it down.
And as she hops down from her stool and shuffles over and opens, and she's like, Are you ready to see your darkness?
Sure.
And she squeaks the cork and pulls it open. And all you smell is what might have been somebody's dinner left over. And a minor illusion, which you would know, because you use it on your face, as darkness clouds.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Sorry about your luck there.
Can I go back over to his tent?
If you'd like to.
I'll grab the jar and walk over to the tent. Is he still there?
Nope.
Is it all
Mans
cleared
is
out?
gone. That man's is gone.
The stuff is still out, but he's not there.
Oh, he said he was going into the back to, Can I go into the back of his stall?
Yeah, you can probably pretty nimbly hop the front of the stall and get back there.
Oh, actually, and real quick, I'll pickpocket the, I'll take the wolf thing too.
Okay.
He's not around. Okay. So I go into the back. Does he see any? Is he there?
Nope.
There's like no sign of him anywhere.
You can roll me like an investigation for signs of footprints in the dirt or anything particular, hints of him.
God, 6.
You definitely see little patterings of hoblet, or sorry, it's not it's hoblet, halfling feet. I thought feet, and I was like hoblet, halfling feet, like in the dirt as it shuffled into the crowd. But there's been now like somebody pulling a wagon. There's been other people walking, and your trail kind of ends there.
So I wouldn't know if it seems like he like just left his stall. Well, actually, that
Based on your roll, it seems like you've seen his footprints go that way, and you've seen where they end.
Okay. Is there anything of interest in the back?
Not really. Just jars and paint that's black.
And he doesn't have any money in the back either, right?
He had a bucket that he put money in under the counter, but
Can I go see if that's there?
yeah. There's no money there. He definitely took it with him while you were talking. Yeah.
I don't want to like take away time from the group, so I guess I will just snatch the jar on the ground and I will walk away.
Sure. So if you smashed your jar into his stall, then you definitely smashed some delightful bits and droppings into his stall.
That's worth it.
I don't have any fire starting things, do I?
We just got here.
All right, fine. I'll walk away. All right, I walk away.
Okay. So you head back to the Great Hall where everybody was. Okay. So back in time, to where what's happening simultaneously with what was happening with Nesca. The other party is headed towards the Great Hall, and I think we should take a rest and bathroom break before we engage with this, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah. So let's take our break here. This is the first half of DieFall: The Seed of Life, episode 4. We will be right back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
My one moment.
Welcome back, everyone, to DieFall: The Seed of Life, episode 4. We're in the second part here. Our good friend Nesca may have just gotten swindled.
Shut up.
May have.
Swindle's a swindler.
Shut up.
With garbage in a jar. But that's okay. She's totally not going to tell her friends, and we're definitely not going to go burn it down or anything. So where do we find ourselves, DM Simply?
You do. So a little bit of, like I said, time roll back. We see Nesca shuffle off in the background from the rest of our party to go to her demise, unfortunately, and we see
Her demise.
Demise. No, her very
dead.
poopy purchase, we'll say.
Okay, can we? All right. All right.
The rest of the party starts shuffling towards the Great Hall. Clearly, they're talking about going in here or finding Tobias, and Pim kind of shuffles out in front of the group and goes, whoa. I know the owner. This is actually where I live.
You live at a bar?
It's a long story, but I live in a room back here. Well, it's like people can rent spaces here too. So, but we kind of have to go in the back.
Is it because I'm young?
We have to go in the back? Why?
I mean, you guys can go in the front without me, but I have to go and stay in the back.
Why?
She shuffles, and people just don't like me.
But you
What
help.
is Pim? Isn't Pim a human?
Yes.
But you help. Why don't they like you?
I help. Some people don't like my help.
Oh.
Is it because of
I
your
understand.
Rin?
Because of your medicine.
Because parts of it, yeah. It's an old
So you
magic.
don't have a tail?
No tail.
I think we go in the front door.
Okay, you guys.
And you're
go in the
coming
front.
with. No.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I can't. Like, I'm going to put a. So, Elder Levy, he's who owns this Great Hall. He raised me since I was a kid, but he's only allowed me a space in the back for exchange for work.
So he's like your dad?
Kind of. Yeah, my dad. They left. Long story short, I don't want to put a stain on his business by just walking in the front door.
I understand.
Thank you.
Stub, we gotta go with the back. We can't
Fine.
upset her dad.
Yeah, alright, fine.
Yep. And she leads you around the side of it, and there's definitely like a back entrance door. You guys by this point can smell the food and all sorts of delicious things coming out the windows. And she knocks on the door. She goes, Levy, it's me. And he comes to the door. And when he opens the door, you see the round and freckled head with a few bits of hair and bits of stuff at the top and a shell on his back, and it's a turtle.
Yay.
And he's like, oh, Levy. Oh, and I'm Levy. Oh, Pim.
I love him. Oh, I love him.
And he ushers and you have. And he eyeballs you guys kind of waringly at first. And Pim goes, no. They're good. They helped me at the Graham farm. And he goes, oh, those poor people. And he ushers now everybody in. Come in. And you see him while he's trying to motion the entire party in, him looking to make sure nobody is seen around the corner. Hurry up, hurry up.
Can I do a perception check around the room to see if I can spot a staff?
You
anywhere?
can. Once you enter the space, this is basically like the back part of his kitchen.
Maybe that'd be an investigation, not a perception.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
can.
looking
Well,
specifically for something. Because
Either way.
Tobias told
way,
us about
yeah.
a turtle that was in the woods with a staff.
Oh, I know what you're. I was trying to figure out which would be my preferred.
yeah,
role,
but
and
just in
you
case somebody
do either
listening is
one.
like,
Yeah.
what's Ham's game?
Yeah, yeah,
You said either one?
yeah. Whatever you prefer.
I'm gonna do investigation because I have proficiency, and it don't
Nice.
matter that much. I rolled a 10.
It's okay. There's no staff in the room. It's cooking pots
Aw,
and
dang.
kettles and big bags of ground up rice and spices on racks and all sorts of basic cooking essentials for this room. On the front side, there's clearly like a cloth door, essentially, like a divided way with a hanging linen. And to the left, there is a second door, and he walks you guys over, and he's talking to Pim the whole time. I'm so happy that you've come back. How was, the Graham farm? We heard how bad it was, and he opens you guys the door, and it's like a back small room, a small family-sized table, a couple of extra seats along the way, barrels for storage for preserving and stuff like that. What the regular for you, Pim? Yeah. And Pim's like, oh, that'd be great, actually. You guys need any food or anything?
I will take the regular as well.
Solid.
Ham,
choice.
you don't know what that is.
I'm just following. I've never been in a bar. That's what Pim ordered.
No, it's fine. Got any new barrels of anything tasty?
Yeah. He tells you he's got just a regular grain loaf with some home churned butter. He's got some oxen flank. It's not huge chunks, it's just what's left over. He's got eggs on rice and a mushroom stew. And he also leans over and he's like, and I've got wheat mead, I've made it myself, and I've got some rice wine in case you're interested.
Dude, we serve the meat in pitchers and the wine in bottles.
Pitchers, I have, and he's like ushering to like a size, because you're fairly small, so he's like, this is a big pitcher that he's offering you.
Good, yeah. We two to start. Two. Yeah, 2 of those.
For each.
No, for the table. Ham, you order for the table. Then you do that with your friends, right?
Of course, yes.
Right, because we're sharing, and
Write that down in the book.
Okay.
and then also, we do whatever he will allow us to order food-wise for the table as well.
Yeah. He's pretty much listening to you guys like a dad would, listening to his daughter's friends, and okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just for those of you that are probably only like, if you're just listening, Leslie was just looking down at the menu for the restaurant, and it was really freaking adorable that there was a list of food that was already prepared for this. We probably do the one of everything. We go like, all right, friend's dad, we go one of everything, and then drinks.
Okay.
So we're not eating in the main room, we're eating in the back room?
Mm-hmm.
Is Tobias in the main room? Uh-oh.
Did he see you guys at all?
Not yet. We only walked in the back.
Wait, so then how am I gonna? Oh no.
Well, we'll find out.
So you see Levy shuffle his way out of the room, a bear squeeze with his shell at the door. And you hear him kind of shuffling with the kitchen preparing you guys your food.
Pim, you said that we could enter the front, but then I assumed that perhaps we would be able to go into the main room from the back, though.
Oh no, I can't go in there. If you guys need to, you're more than welcome to.
But you don't even have a tail. Why do they not like you so much?
It's just an older way of thinking, I think.
Main room. Tobias and Winnie probably in there. We should go yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Forgetting myself. So I'm gonna go get them before we mess this up anymore, and just be like, hey, we have a private room. It looks like we might as well bring them back to it.
Sure.
When I walk out in the main room, what do I see?
Yeah, so once you exit the linen doorway to the kitchen, there's a pretty simple bar that's been carved with some bar, we'll say, but it's like a counter carved out of stacked logs. That's usually, I guess, where they would take orders. And then there's tables out, but not many, just long family-style tables, like communal-style tables. There's a handful of patrons in there. It's not packed or overly crowded. There's definitely music in our audio track, but there's probably not much music unless people are just doing it on their own at their own tables for their friends. There's not a hired bard or anything in the space. And it's easy to pick out, Tobias and Wynn just sitting at the end of one of these long communal tables.
Sure. Stub will make his way over there and Tobias, Winnie, hi, hey, sorry.
What?
Yep, had the back door. It's fine. Is it all of their stuff in front? Do they have anything in front of them? Is it easy enough to just pick up and take with us?
Yeah, it was just kind of bags, I would argue, the large military style packs that have just been kind of placed in the aisle between tables. And he's like, okay.
I know it's totally normal in this fantasy world for this goblin to exist, but in my brain, if I'm a patron of this bar and this goblin just runs out of the kitchen up to these two people and is just like, oh, we're in the back, and grabs their bags and just runs back into the kitchen, I'd be like, what the hell?
I totally have this vision of our camera is just observing Stubbs hat/ears behind all of the patrons that are clearly taller than him on the communal tables, and then eventually just gets over to them and grabs them and just brings them back. There's just no explanation for it.
I feel like while maybe Stubbs turned eyes a little bit with his coming out of the kitchen, there's definitely a lot going on in this village that is of stronger note to these people than just potentially Levy hiring a goblin server, maybe, so unless he screams, we're in the back, where's your stuff, at Tobias at this table.
Where are you going?
It's kind of, what are you buying? No, so it's kind of it would be okay, they're probably drinking off more stress than just a goblin in the room now, so Tobias picks up his bags, starts to shuffle.
Yeah, sorry about that. Pim, apparently not allowed in the front door, so we took the back door, and we totally didn't forget that you were out here, and we've got drinks and food coming, so just, come on back, and we'll figure it out from there.
Okay, and he asks you to help hold Winnie's hand as he carries these bags.
Oh, absolutely.
To the back and just makes his way back behind you. Yeah.
It's been a couple of days now, right? And it took another day to get here. I feel like Stub is probably pretty settled into dad mode, even if he doesn't mean to. Taking the kids wherever they need to go, handling whatever they need to do, drinks, food, whatever. If they're complaining about shit, he's handling it, that whole thing. He's probably pretty used to that at this point. And he hasn't addressed if he's okay with it yet. He's just doing it. So we're good. We're totally good. Totally good.
So we go back to the back and rejoin the others in the side kitchen eating area.
I went and gathered our friends. Don't worry, they weren't left out there long, right? And just go take my seat again, wherever I was sitting.
No, not long at all. Y'all are fine, And he's got his little food plate that he probably already ordered with him, and now he kind of sits in a chair in the corner and props Winnie up on his, knee and shares his food with him while he just listens to you guys talk.
Where were we? And by the time I get back, are the drinks there already, or are we Are we
You
still?
probably have your mushroom stew out there. I imagine he makes that in big batches.
Sounds so good.
He definitely has bought out the pitchers of, I guess, one of each. So one of the rice wine and one of the mead, a wheat mead.
Krog's gonna lean over to him and be like,
Do they really make beds out of birds?
Yes. You've really never slept on a bed?
No. No, I never want to. Krog's sad.
Well, Krog, sometimes it's wool, sheared from sheep. So, not all the time. And it's normally like down feathers or dropped feathers. They're not harming, and he looks pointedly at Ham, harming any of the birds.
Stubbs, you know that's just not true. You can't make me tell a lie.
Well, that's news to me.
Krog, are you wearing your
drink.
disappointment on your face clearly?
oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
He's about to start crying.
Pim, the cups are kind of more like a bowl. It's one of those service devices that could be used for both essentially at this time. But she flatly pours you a little bit of the mead and crosses it, and she's like, I know that face.
Thank you.
So you guys are...
Krog is gonna eat meat, right? Krog, you eat meat.
Yes.
Then why can't you sleep on birds?
Would you eat a bird?
I've eaten birds plenty. Look at my mouth.
And I open my mouth, it's really big.
It's just really huge. Just
You hear a giggle behind you from Levy, low and chuckled as he walks in. He's carrying a tray now with his rice and the eggs on top. Just
Oh my god, look at this food.
like a over easy kind of boiled egg over there, and he puts it down in front of you guys, and he's shuffling because the table's not very big, so this is definitely a lot of food, and he's trying to make space. I don't have any bird, not today.
Oh, that's okay. So, team, we have a task at hand, and it's to impress my dad. What are we doing?
Well, we're gonna embark on the greatest adventure. We're gonna.
Yeah,
we are.
but we need.
darkness.
It's fine to just say that, but okay, we have to defeat the darkness. And in
yeah.
order
And
to
the
defeat
witch.
the darkness and discover the secret of the witch, we have to talk to the military, because they're the only ones who have investigated beyond the forest, right?
Elder first, military second, I think.
Who would argue that they're sitting closest to Pim?
I'll do it. It's fine. We'd be on either side of Pim here, Krog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Krog and Stubbs, roll me a perception check.
Oh, let me just change the scene real quick before I do.
I haven't brought up my character sheet yet because I haven't rolled anything yet.
Krog is tears in his eyes
He's so
still.
upset. He's so upset.
Oh, it's a 2.
Rolled a 2.
Oh, God. 17.
Okay. As soon as the word witch is mentioned, you see a worried look shoot from Levy to Pim.
Well, Stubbs gonna side eye.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I knew. I kind of figured that there was something about this. You know something about the witch then, huh, Pim?
And you see Levy actually now pull up a chair. And he settles into it, and the chair creaks under his portal weight. He's a big guy.
Big turtle boy.
And he's like, Pim, what did you tell them? And Pim's like, I didn't tell them anything. They found
Yeah, that's
me
kind of the problem
while-"
here. Pim didn't tell us anything, so you want to, fill us in?
And she like a stressed look looks at you and then looks back at Levy and goes, I told them about the herbs and stuff that I was using on Tobias, and I told them that about hang on, let me look at my notes. I told them about Mael and how I trained under her, and they mentioned the witch to me too. They did.
We asked you if you were one. You said no. Did you lie to me?
I'm not one. And when the moment that it feels like the mood turns towards interrogation on Pym, Levy, you hear him clear his throat in a big boom. He goes, Pym has talents, but she is no witch. But the talents aren't welcome here.
Are they witch talents?
No. Many centuries ago, there were healers on these lands. Some would call them witches, some would call them shamans. We call them druids. And they used their connection with the earth and the earth-type gods to heal people. But those connections have severed, and Pym still has some talents tied close to what these would look like, and people don't take kindly to it, but she's no witch. And she's probably not the witch that you guys are referring to.
People are stupid.
So that's why she's not allowed in the front door.
Yeah. She can occupy space in the town, but she is not to involve herself with many of the town's deeds.
Why is it that when you're just a little bit different, everyone's all of a sudden just like, no, you're not allowed. Go live in the forest and break your stupid house in the trees and go whistle the birds and... Why? It's
And you-
dumb. People are
You see
stupid.
Pym kind of like nodding while you're saying that, like,
Krog is mad. But Krog is not raging, because the food is real good.
Krog's been mad since the bird thing, okay? So I feel like we're just extending that. Well,
there was this one time when and he looks at Pym and Pym looks, she's like, yeah. He says, one time Pym was a little girl playing in the front city square where we have refugees now. It used to be where children could play during safe hours of the day. And a fellow friend of hers ended up playing a little too rough with a dog, and the dog nipped at it. And of course, it wasn't anything too bad. He was fine. But Pym, how old were you? And she goes, oh, I don't know, 6, 7. And he goes, she ran to her friend's side, and there was a booming of magic that came from her that healed this little boy's bite on his hand, but it was magic that a lot of people had not seen for a long time. You see Pym
It's
kind of
not
awkwardly
like-
shuffle and stick at her rice.
Black goo came out of your eyes.
No.
It's not like corn grew out of your nose holes. It's
No.
not like your
She
skin
giggled.
turned into to feathers and fell off. It's good. What you did was good.
Ham, roll me it's your choice, Arcana or History check.
Same to me. I'm gonna do Arcana. 12.
Okay. It's easy for you to know that a druidic style of magic has not been it's kind of like not a forbidden magic, but it's frowned upon. And all this time that you've been studying and learning and stuff, it's definitely something that like people have just been like, we don't do that anymore. So based on these stories and them mentioning druids and shamans and healers, based on your reading, you know what they're talking about.
Gotcha. I don't think it's bad. I think magic is interesting. And how you use it is
Levy
what's
goes,
important. Oh. I think the M word is interesting, but not inherently good or bad. It's how you use it.
It's true. I mean, we took Pim in when she was very young. She was just left on the elders' steps of the Great Hall, the elders' hall at the front of the city, the town. And there was no other options. So my wife, Myriel, found her. She's the healer in the town who trained her on the combined healing methods of what she has, plus whatever she uses out of her own talents. But realistically, it's still hard to hide what she has.
So doesn't everyone already know? Why not just be okay with it?
There was a council meeting about what to do as a village, having another, what potentially could grow into a druid, as she was a child then, in the village. But ever since Orsa left, they didn't want another druid in town. So they told me to keep her. Orsa, she was a druid many centuries ago who was kicked out of town for her druidic magic. And he continues to say they didn't want to remove a child or exile her, so she is under my watch to make sure that she doesn't cause any problems. And he looks at her, and Pim's just kind of like poking at her rice and egg and shuffling uncomfortably. You see him sniff the air. Oh, the oxen's ready. And he squeaks up and kind of waddles back out of the room into the kitchen to get the oxen. What were you gonna say, Ren? Sorry.
So Pim, what do you think would happen if we talk to the elder? You think his mind could be changed? The stance on how they treat people like you?
I think while there are still rumors of a witch in the wood, they'll never take kindly to me.
Well, I guess we'll have to just prove there isn't any witch in any wood.
Or Pim can help us beat the witch in the wood. Ah, win-win.
I can't beat anything. She like kind of giggles at your drunken notion. Or a little bit of a tipsy maybe talk. No, I can't beat anything. I try to help people. That's what
Well, you could help us, and we could beat it.
We're very good at beating things, turns out.
Me especially. I'm
Absolutely.
strong. I beat up a sword, allegedly. That's another word I learned from Ham's book. He writes very big words down. Notwithstanding.
Ham is currently taking notes that when Krog drinks, Krog's voice gets higher.
Oh. What happened?
Krog is now back to the... Excuse me.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened there. That's weird.
Love it.
Can that be canon?
Absolutely.
Well, darn.
It's official.
I broke the whatever it was. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
That was so good. For that line when Leslie was like, "Oh yeah, Krog's been drinking," I was like, "Perfect."
Got it.
I love
Nice. Oh, you know why? Because I pressed hard tune accidentally, so it like moved the inner. Okay, I got it.
You got it.
With Krog's ramblings about we're strong and we do things, and him, I'd be happy to help. You'd probably still need to talk to General Garen, and the Great Elder at the Elder Hall, Mernon. I can't go, but whether to good effort or not, they've been trying to scout the forest so they could at least help you.
Have you seen those military scouts? They're awful.
As he takes another swig of the mead in front of him.
As you take a swig, she goes, "They also pay people too."
What?
They're less awful.
Why do you, and she kind of giggles and she's like, "That's why so many of the scouts are awful. They're paid farmhands to do scouting."
Okay, yeah, fine, maybe, but they could pay better people, I guess, they, experienced adventurers maybe to, wait.
They could pay us.
Oh my god.
And Ham, in a moment of excitement, grabs his pint glass and drinks it. He drinks the whole thing with his big chicken mouth.
Just big ol' open mouth. Just,
It's like, what?
Oh my God.
Ham, slow down.
Is this Ham's first time drinking?
Yes.
Roll me a con save.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Nat 20!
Oh my god.
It's delicious, and Ham is drinking like an absolute champ here.
I'm a pro drinker!
I'm gonna just kind of reach over and kind of pat Ham on the back, like and give a proud approval, a look of approval. Just
Ham's whole body fills with pride and warmth, and extra warmth.
And Ham, now your cup's empty, so we need to refill it.
and Stubbs gonna grab the pitcher and lean really far over the table because he's very short.
Yeah.
And like stretch over to like fill the cup up with
And
more.
Ham's gonna push his, like, he's really short, so he's gonna push the glass out.
Yeah,
Both
just
of
like
us
two
are
tiny people reaching all the way across this table.
As you're filling up cups and giggling about Ham's used to drink, you see Levy walk in, and he's got this piled tray and it's bits of potato, and, just oxen tail and like a roast and potatoes that he's now placed on the middle of the table. He shuffles away your rice bowls and soup bowls if you finish them and takes them back to the kitchen. And he's like, "Enjoy those potatoes. They're the last of my stock, but just for you, Pim."
It's nice.
Where's Nesca? Where's
Yeah, it's
the
been
rest
a
of
while.
our team?
Where is Nesca?
I want to interject. I was just waiting. I didn't want to
We're all wasted, eating, drinking. Where's Nesca
Interestingly
been?
enough, the camera shifts to the front of our great hall, and Nesca enters the room. Because you wouldn't have done it. They went in the back. So
Yeah. Can I ask maybe like any of the staff or something, like a description?
There's not
of-
really staff, but there's definitely people in the room if you want to ask somebody that's like seated at a table.
Okay. I'm sure at one point I described this short goblin man.
Yeah.
And they've
As
seen
you describe the other party members, they were like, and then you say like a tattooed short goblin. He's got a hat and piercings, and they go, "Oh, yeah. I think he works here now. I think I saw him go in the back. He might work here."
He works here.
Okay, so I guess I'll make my way to the back.
Sure. And it's easy to shuffle into the kitchen, to the surprise of Levy, who's like, "What? Patrons in the front. This is the kitchen."
Can I see them?
You can see a door open on the side wall, but you You can't
Oh,
see them. You
okay.
probably can hear them at this moment giggling about Ham drinking.
Okay. I'll be like, I'm with the frog.
You're friends of Pim too. Oh, they're in there. Grab a beet, grab some food. They might eat it all really quickly. It's delicious. He's like
Okay.
fatherly ushering you into the room.
Aw. Okay, I guess I'll walk in and so it's like a table. Is there like, and there's a picture of alcohol?
There's two pitchers. There's a rice wine and there's like a wheat mead. There's a big tray of what is like oxen and potatoes and stuff. It's a small table, and I imagine everybody's kind of elbowed in now around this table, and some chairs you can pull over. And notably, Tobias and Winnie are in the corner, just like,
Yeah.
like he's probably like trying to keep her entertained as much as possible and hanging out with her. So
Okay. I will grab a picture of the rice wine and I will grab the cup for it and just like.
So you guys see
shoot it.
Nesca shuffle in the room and
Yes.
immediately take somebody's cup and pitcher and pour herself a drink and
Wow.
throw it
Hey,
Nesca!
Nesca found us. That's good. Yeah, Nesca. Hey,
wonderful.
there's a stool. Chair. I'm just gonna try to locate another chair for the table. Is there one near us? Is there enough?
There's
Okay.
been a couple of extra along the back wall. It's not a lot of room around the table, but you know, with enough squeeze and friendly, family
Sure.
time, you can get in. Yeah.
I'm gonna move the chair, just squeeze her in between Pim and I, and just shove the chair up in there.
Okay. I will
Nesca,
take a
what's
seat.
your favorite kind of pillow?
A soft kind?
Oh, that's such a good
So-
answer.
So down, right? That would be the
Don't
one
you
with the.
dare say down again.
Cotton.
Cotton is fine.
Okay, I will take out the wolf thingy, the wolf trinket, and I'll slam it on the table and be like, I've been robbed.
What? What do you mean you've been robbed?
And I'll tell them what
whoa.
happened, and I'm very angry, and I keep drinking. I'm just, you know.
So you. I'm assuming it was like a little. We're at the end of the story. So you gave this man money and looks
we don't-
pointedly
Kiss.
a kiss, and he gave you
On the cheek.
a jar of darkness. Yeah.
Why would you spend money on darkness? We could literally have picked it up from the crop on the Graham farm. Like,
that's good.
why?
Progress,
While
dirt.
we were here, I thought it would help us. I don't know.
Look, I have dirt. Dirt.
I thought it was the actual
on
like
the table?
essence.
Krog just like pulled a handful of dirt out of his
Yeah.
pouch and it's kind of like
Just sprinkled it
falling on
around.
the table a little bit.
Krog, the food's still on the table. Stop.
Oh.
No, it's like,
Sorry.
yeah, it's okay.
What is very quickly? What has Rin been doing this time?
I've just been kind of like
Judging.
leaning back,
Yeah.
and judging everyone,
Okay.
Has
but
Ren been
steadily
drinking?
drinking rice wine.
Oh. Oh my god, we finally get drunk, Ren.
Oh yeah,
please.
yeah. I'm gonna lean over to Ren. I don't know how far you are from me, but I'm gonna lean over anyway and be like,
Ren.
Yeah.
We haven't drunk in a long time. The last time you were this drunk, you wrecked my veggie patch. I would have killed you that day if you hadn't found my flute. I really would have. I just want to tell you I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to nearly kill you for smushing my carrots. But it took me forever to grow those damn things. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, man. You're a good friend and I love you.
Oh,
That's actually
it's
so precious.
okay, Krog.
Okay.
I didn't mean to lay in the vegetables. I don't
Okay.
even know how I got there.
I don't know either. I still haven't taken you back. I just kind of made you a friend. So,
I love how giggly
You're
Rin
the
gets when he's
best.
been drinking.
you are the best. You're the best. Everybody, Red is the best. Okay.
No.
Ren's pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's all
is there
Krog.
any any other point of conversations that you guys want to have with Pim before we probably ease? Because it is going to be evening time after we've eaten and cooked. And
Oh,
Pib.
right. Yeah.
Pib. Do you want to get back at the city a little bit with us?
what do you mean get back at the city?
Do you want to go into the marketplace and go to Bibub's place and light it on fire? Pib?
I don't. And Pim just kind of giggles at you because your tongue's probably been a little like go to the market, and and she just giggles and she's like, I mean, those stalls are connected, and maybe
Wait.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Are we gonna? We're gonna go.
We're just gonna hurt the wood.
We're gonna go burn it down. We're
What?
gonna burn it down.
Neska's
she-
honor was
She waves her hands and she's
defiled.
like, if you light one on fire, they'll all
But
burn down.
no, you
this
can't
is
burn
what
it
we're
with fire.
That's
doing.
what I do. That's fine.
Ham, what's wrong with you? You would be telling us no.
I don't think Ham was saying no. Did you see Ham fire
I
an
like-
arrow made of acid at a
Don't
child?
talk about that. We don't talk.
Agreeable. I say yes, and I'm fun,
How
and I'm
about
ready to burn it
No.
down.
how about we pick up his stall and we turn it the other way around?
We move it
That's good. How's it
somewhere
sound?
else.
We move it.
We move it somewhere else.
And then we hunt him down and I beat him to a pulp.
Let's beat him to a pulp.
What?
Okay.
Wait, Ham's okay with that?
Crap.
And I turn to Ham and I give Ham the little wolf thing. It's like, he could have been lying, but he said that this will make you feel strong, and I wanted you to feel
really
strong, so here you
tired.
go.
I hold it. Do I feel stronger with this little wood?
Do
Buddy.
you have detect magic as a spell?
I do.
You can try to detect if it's magical if you'd like.
I cast Detect Magic. You
Go
sense
for it.
the presence of magic within 30 feet of
Oh
you.
my god.
I can see an aura if there is magic. And I get to learn the school of magic, if any.
So for the components for that, you have a visual component and a sound. So how does Ham cast this spell?
He's just thinking about the events of the day and is holding this thing and he's staring at it with his big eyes and he just goes,
Ah!
So because the spell does say, it says those auras are blocked within 1 foot of stone. And these are stone walls between these rooms and stuff. So you might not get auras from outside this room, but this room definitely lights up because everybody has a magic item on them. You see the glow of the aura around them. And I imagine with your sweet little inebriated bulbous eyes, you're just like, oh wow. And like everything is like, you know. But when you look down at the wolf, there's no aura. It's just a carved statue.
Wait. Question
I
though.
look up at Nesta.
Where are there auras? Are there
Where
any
are there
auras
auras?
on anyone else? Like
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 'cause everybody has
Krog's
magic
jar of
items.
dirt?
Yeah,
Oh.
so there's definitely auras like around people's items that are showing, and you can
Okay.
tell what types of magic they are.
I was
and stuff
worried
like
about the
that.
dirt. That's all I was worried about.
Oh! I mean, if you want her to, or if you want Ham to.
Oh no, Ham, do your thing. Do your thing, Ham.
Well,
I
Ham's doing their
acid
thing,
splashed
I'm taking
it.
their drink.
You acid splash it? Okay. I think
in between
you-
my fingies.
Yeah.
I just stare at Nesca, and Nesca's like, does this make you feel strong? And after I sense that there's no magic, I look up at Nesca, and then I just acid from my hands and dissolve it into nothing.
I did say that he may have lied, so then I get even angrier, and I'm just like, Yep, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Let's go! And
We're
Ham
gonna burn
pushes
it
back
down.
from the table.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down.
Shh, be quiet. If we see him when we're burning it down, they're gonna
as your
stop
voice
us.
is
Burning it down.
raised, Levy comes back in the room. He's like, he just chuckles at you guys because he's used to drunken patrons probably screaming about burning things down. And he's like, whoa. Before you do, I would recommend a sleep if you'd like. You can definitely stay in our space.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. And you burn it down tomorrow.
Burn
Burn it down tomorrow.
No!
No, we can burn it down tomorrow. We can burn it down. It's gonna be there tomorrow.
Let's
With a
go!
good
Hell.
Good night's rest. That's more energy for burning things down.
Bed.
And
Bed.
Levy's just giggling at you
Burn it.
guys.
Burn it down tomorrow. Wait, or Nesca, do we need to burn it down today? Grog's already asleep.
Well, I guess they can wait. The lady next door did say that he always gets away with this sort of thing, so that means he must be around a lot.
That's not okay. He shouldn't be
Yeah, exactly. So
swindling
Ham
anyone.
obviously wants to get justice, right? Ham?
Right.
You're telling me that a liar will come back?
Yeah, and we gotta teach him a lesson.
Come after my
know,
Nesca. Come
I
after
think-
me.
I got a better idea. Nesca, take me to this guy's stall
Right now. We're going now.
right now.
Okay.
Oh, we're
Oh
going
wait,
now.
real quick,
going
stop.
now.
I'm taking my cup with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
like
guys
I'm
are,
gonna like
getting up
pick
out
up
of your
the-
chairs. Pim's like, I'll get
Pim,
your
this
room
isn't-
ready. I'll get
thank
your
you.
room ready.
This isn't witch hunting. You can go to sleep. We're going to go burn it down.
I'm gonna get like the jar of the rice wine. I'm gonna just take that.
Take the jar. This is mine now.
And as you guys shuffle out to the kitchen, Levy's out there and he tells Pim that he's gonna let you guys take his space. He's gonna sleep in what is her space. And you guys see Tobias and him have a side conversation, and he's not secretive about it. He knows he's a bit of a bleeding heart dad. And he tells them that he's gonna let them stay in the inn as long as they need to, until they're safe and can go back home. He's gonna let them have a room. It might be a shared space with some other families, but he's gonna let them stay there.
Nice. Everyone's so nice in this world. This is ridiculous.
Did we not see all of the refugees sleeping out on the ground outside?
Yeah, we did.
Why don't they
Yeah.
get to sleep in the inn?
Because y'all brought
There's
him,
no room in the
Save
inn.
these people.
y'all brought him in with friends of Pim, so he's like, your family's my family now, and
Nepotism.
Yeah.
You see, you have to use it as a door prop for others.
So Pim, you guys want to leave any of your stuff there, travel packs, anything, so Pim can take it to your room if you guys want. You can take it with you if you'd like. And she's gonna get
Yeah, I'll leave my stuff.
formally.
Yeah, I don't know my stuff. I've got
I'll
me mitts.
I got my knives
You have
on
to
me.
be
I got my knives on me, but other than that, yeah.
You gotta travel light when you need to run away from the popo. You see,
Exactly.
they'll be coming for
Okay.
us.
So Pim, you guys, if you're gonna try to, I guess, sneak over, and she's like kind of giggling at you guys, kind of like in the kitchen.
We're not sneaky.
And she's like, okay, if you guys are going to try to get there, and she directs you that if you exit, and you can tell on your map, but if you exit the backside of the inn, and try to skirt through some of the back of the residential and along the outside wall, you could come up through the market without having to go through the main square, because there are patrols, but pretty much for attacks from the
Nice.
wildlife, not people in the town, but they'll still keep an eye out, so. And
So
she's like, okay.
we're there.
Good
Yeah.
luck, you guys.
Great. As we exit, obviously, I look down at my coat. Ren, fill me up. Fill me up.
Here.
Yep. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
There
good.
you
Okay.
go.
All right.
Here,
Nesca,
keep this
let where we burning it down.
Okay, I take them. I guess I show them where I went.
So as you exit the back of the inn and make your way into the residential area, I need everybody to roll me a stealth check.
Hell yeah.
Wait, am I straight rolling this, or are we?
16.
I would argue, like, for the first one, we could just do regular.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That helps.
Oh god.
Ham's just like, Ham is the night.
Ham is
19.
jamming. Ham is the
is
best
the night.
drunk.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I wasn't expecting
Oh my
this.
God.
Drunk.
Ham is doing his own like Mission Impossible scene because he's drunk. Just totally nailing
And
it.
it's cool, actually.
Dutch courage.
Totally nailing it. Oh my god.
This is so bad.
I imagine Ham took instructions from Nesca and instructions and directions from Pim, like taking note, and was like, okay, we're gonna go this way, we're gonna go down this alley. So Ham, with his natural 20, which bring him to a 22 roll, is ahead of this group going, okay, and then we go across this way, and then is like leading the group through this stuff. And you see him probably duck behind barrels and skirt around things. Followed by Stub, who's probably bracing if he's like running into things. Krog bracing Stub as he's potentially slamming into things. Nesca is in the back, easily guarded by Stealth because everybody in front of her is kind of, okay, don't go, okay, go, okay, don't go, okay, go. And she's keeping an eye behind because Rin needs help a little bit to guide himself down these alleyways. He's definitely a little bit of.
And he's a giant guy. Like,
He's a big old boy.
And I'm carrying a rifle.
You got the gist of the jar. You're just like
Slosh.
You guys can hear Nesca behind you going, whoa, 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 and like trying to catch him a little bit as he. Yeah.
we're just
But
doing
you
like
do
our
make
own
it
little...
through the residential alley pretty easy. And those alleys are a little bit wide. They're kind of easy to get around. There's definitely like stuff like in people's little courtyards and stuff you can get through. But as you get to the back wall, it's a skinny squeeze between the back residential area and the what has been looks like hastily put up barricade on the outside of the town. And now you need to squeeze your way through this along to where the market is, this kind of thoroughfare. So this is where I'm going to ask you guys to roll me with a disadvantage.
no.
What are you rolling?
What are you rolling?
Stealth again, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. We've got this. Disadvantage.
Oh, wait. Well, I rolled a 3, so... Can I get
Roll
worse
again
than that?
before anyone else does.
You want to
disadvantage,
toggle
right?
it? Yeah, go to your page
It's
at
at
the
the
very top middle. There's normal, advantage, and
Damn it, Ren.
disadvantage.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll take the 3 because that was the
damn it,
worst.
me.
I rolled a 3.
Wow, this is going real well.
Oh, I got
So we're sneaking Scooby-Doo stuff.
I now won. I now
Did
won.
that one.
I feel like,
So did Ham!
I feel
Oh
like
my
the pride of the party for stealthing the first alley might have come to a little bit of their demise on the
Start
back
really
wall.
singing the theme song. Like actually singing the theme song on the way.
You
and
guys,
just
you guys can probably hear
hubris.
him hyping himself up. Like, I'm the sneakiest. I'm the
go
sneakiest.
Ham, go. You've got this, Ham.
Sneak, you
Good
know,
job,
and
Ham.
Stubbs doing the same thing, increasingly louder as you do. You know, you think you're whispering in a club and you're not. And we have what Krog and Rin towards trying to be like, but also their shushing is loud because they're trying to shush over here. And Nesca's back here probably just like, I should have stayed back. The Great Hall. But as you round the corner, you've come behind the wall. You've successfully made it through without breaking anybody's houses or anything. But unfortunately, you have now stumbled upon what is the merchant's camp. And you're looking directly
Do we make it?
Blurb.
Can I
And
I would
his
like to-
goblin pal next to him.
I would like to tackle him.
Do it.
I would
my
argue if you want to, you need to make me a. Because they're not going to be surprised. You guys are going to be
I see
damn
us coming
surprised.
down the road. Drunk as skunks just walking down the road.
That's like
Danny,
really
you can-
funny until it's super scary. Like, oh no, the drunk people are coming after me.
So you're going to make an athletics check at disadvantage to try to
God, do I? All right, well, I
You
said I
can
was
do
gonna
this.
do it,
Grapple
so
him.
You
I'm
can
gonna
do
do
it. You can do it. You
Come
can do
on.
it. You got this.
Wait, athletics?
Athletics at a disadvantage to
I
grapple him.
already have -2 to.
Oh, this
you
is
did
perfect. You said tackle. Let's go.
Oh, damn it!
5.
It would have
So-
been a 10.
With a 5, Nesca is like, you! And like busts between the crowd, between you guys, and in her haste and anger to get up there to tackle Blurb, she like lands foot first into what he's preparing to put in jars for tomorrow.
Icky.
Oh god.
You earned this. You earned this.
And Blurb,
And I want to make. And I want to point out, I'm laughing in character.
you see
Wait.
his goblin friend start to like shuffle her stuff up, and she looks at him. She goes, "You, buddy," and like starts to like leave. Like, this is your fight, man.
Okay, fine. I guess whatever. They can leave.
She's
Guy,
Blurb is
she's
sitting there
leave-
laughing at you because your foot's in his mess.
Where-
Grab his collar
Busted!
and like put his face next to mine and be like, "Shut up."
Maybe. I would
your
like to see what the
foot
rest
in
of the
the-
party wants to do potentially.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk. I just
Busted.
want to get closer and just like.
Krog is laughing his ass off.
I'm laughing too as I'm walking up.
Ham's just finger guns. Busted!
Are we burning this one down? This is the one
This is a- Stinky boy!
Get it!
Before you guys start lighting any fires, what I want Stub to do, since you are my survival bounty hunter, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Absolutely. Advantage, disadvantage, or anything.
Just
normal?
normal, you're fine.
Okay. That is a natural 1.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yikes a doodle doo.
Man, this is so much like what it feels like to be drunk. You're either
Yeah, I don't
it or
see
absolutely
shit.
flopping.
Love it. So Stubbs is, you guys see Stubbs like stumbling forward to, who is in the back closest to what would have been the barricade wall?
I think it's probably me and Ren.
Okay, then both of you guys roll me a perception check.
At disadvantage or?
No, it's fine. Just
Just
normal.
normal.
Not at advantage, but just normal. Yeah.
22 and 22.
22 and 11.
Oh, 22 and 11. Okay.
So Rin, just between laughing, you suddenly hear this huge growl coming from outside the wall. You hear and it gets louder and louder and louder. And then right as you turn to tell Krog, do you hear that? Do you hear that? This massive dire bear head pushes its way, breaking through the barricade, and is just, and you can see the smoke coming from his eyes. You can see drool coming down of its mouth, and you hear behind it, and you hear as another one approaches, and that's where we're going to end.
Busted!
Wait, what?
Busted! I thought we were just going on a drunken tirade.
Me too. I thought we were burning it down.
Oh my god.
No.
Now the wall busted!
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Ruh-roh, indeed.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Leslie,
Well,
for
shit.
that. And I suppose that cliffhanger is something we're going to have to resolve. Oh, wait, next week's Thanksgiving. Wait a minute. In the US,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
2 weeks from now? Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it'll be like the 3rd.
There'll be the 3rd. It'll be December 3rd. We figure out that there's 2 dire bears and we're on a drunken burn it down. Okay, this is gonna be
And
great.
I got
This
shit
is
on
gonna
my
be great.
shoes.
You do have shit on your shoes. Yeah, it's gone really well for us. Thank you so much, Simply. That's definitely an ending. There we go. So, chat, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, players, for being here as well. Let's do a couple of shout outs and we'll wrap up tonight's stream, okay? Let's start with one Beth B. Rad. Beth, where can people find you on the internet?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch, and on YouTube at BethBrad. I also have a D&D podcast called D&D, Dinner and Dungeons and Dragons, and we just started our 4th season, so you can see me play a character whose character voice is like slowly Ham's voice, and my other character's voice is becoming the same thing, and I can't let that happen. But I'll try. I'm trying.
You do good. You do good. Thank you very much. Blurred, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, you can find me on youtube.com/Blur Without Fear. I release comic book related videos every other day or so. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Blur Without Fear, where you can see me play video games badly or greatly, depends on what the game is. And of course, Blurred minus Fear on Twitter and Blur Without Fear everywhere else.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate it. Alias, where can people find you on the internet?
Hello, you can find me at twitch.tv/AliasV, playing card games, playing some first-person shooters, playing whatever the heck I feel like it, because I can't actually figure out what I want to play most days. So if you have ideas, come hang out and tell me what you think I should play. Twitter, COL_AliasV if you want to come and hang out with me there, or Alias Von Twitch on Instagram, which is mostly cat pictures and puppy pictures. So if that tickles your fancy, then you're in the right place.
Yes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Stella, where can people find you on the internet?
Okay. It is. So I'm still pissed, but Twitch, Twitter, it is Parallax Stella, and on Instagram it is the real Parallax Stella. And every Thursday, except for next week, I'm here playing D&D, and occasionally on my stream you will hear Joel there, where I am screaming at him. So
yes, I get yelled at a lot. It's fine. It's totally cool. And our lovely narrator for this show, one Simply Jackson, where can we find you on the internet?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter at simplyjxn_, and then on Twitch at twitch.tv/simply_jxn. I don't know what I'll be playing this week. I might get back into Phasmophobia because I miss it a whole bunch, and I had fun playing it. And probably prepping for D&D stuff this week, which will be fun. And working on some more artwork. So yeah, I will miss everybody next week. I'm pretty bummed about it.
It's okay. We'll be here when you get back, and that's what's important, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, that brings us to the end of DieFall, The Seed of Life, Episode 4. If you can't get enough of this, you can head on over to patreon.com/DieFall, and there's post-show content and other content on there as well. But other than that, that's it. That's the thing. We're drunk and there's dire bears.
That's the episode name right there.
Drunk and there's dire bears. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. So until then, goodbye.